You got like 20 of them.
Yeah, to eat. They're nice. You want one?
You want them to tough them out? You never eat on the fry.
I know you love Letty.
This will help me focus.
Help you with focusing.
Together. We absolutely killed it the other day. The amount of cards we got from the midnight launch, as you would have seen, was insane. Now, we just need that luck to continue so that we can get closer to mastering the set. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it has been a while since I have felt such passion for a set. Honestly. So I did attend the midnight launch at the Games District as per my last video. If you haven't seen that, pop on over, have a peek.
I swear you stole this lettuce.
We've done some very large chunks of the set. When you're looking, I'm missing like some reverse hollows, even somewhere I've got reverse hollows and don't have the normal version of it. But, you know, we'll start to get into the nitty gritty bit about here. Articuno, Maractus, Whale Lord. This. I want this Iono card so badly. Iono's Kilowattrel. Of course, as you would have seen, I managed to pull the SIR Iono, which in my opinion is easily one of the best ones. Easily. I'm really, really stoked about that. It's pretty clear that our aim is in the Lily's Clefairy realm. I'm personally a Salamence person. I really, really want Hop Sensation. But, you know, anything from this area is going to be good. And then, of course, I did manage to get... I've got one build and battle promo, so I'm going to have to work on that. And I do have the Enzora. They didn't put in this book. They do have this awesome picture. They didn't put in the box topper, but I do also have the box topper. So naturally, I've got big plans for this set. I've got to open these bad boys. I've kept an art set of these. For obvious reasons, it's pretty hard to get your hands on anything at the moment. Actually, that's a lie. I didn't get an actual art set. I'm missing Hop. So I've kept, I mean, look, there's Hop right there, but I'm missing Hop in the, you know, the blister art set cardboard department. Keeping in mind that I am mastering this set, so I'm gonna need to keep everything. Usually I just kind of stow it away to the side with the hopes of, you know, giving it away or whatnot. This is going to be hard because I have to keep everything.
How do I get
Alright,
that
I was really
program?
hoping we were going to open with an absolute squeaker just then, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't know what these blisters are going to be like. This is my first time opening a sleeve blister in a while for a modern set. Prismatic did not get one because Prismatic was a holiday set. Oh, sorry to whatever that was. I flicked you, so hopefully you're not an SIR. But yeah, I'm excited about Journey Together. A lot of people have been ragging pretty hard on Journey Together. And here is our first pull. That is not in the book, which means now it is in the book. This is a cute ass card, this Swine Up. Now, it is a smaller set. It's 159 cards, and then of course your secret rares. So it's not massive, which makes me feel way more confident in being able to master it. But 2 more blisters left, and then we're going to get into the good stuff. We're going to get into the guarantees. So
foil.
I'm pretty... Oh my gosh, these don't rip... I've seen people rip them like this across the top, and it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I can't do it. Yeah.
Rare
so we
foil.
pulled like an illustration rare or whatever you like,
Right.
an art rare
This is hollow
from a
foil.
blister. That's fantastic. That's a great
Oh,
start. You can get
it's hollow
all or nothing with these. Honestly, you can pull literally nothing with these blisters. So, you know, not bad, not bad. Last one, last blister. basically just did like a sneaky little, oh, hello, sneaky little warm-up for the main event, which is our booster box. I don't know about you guys, but I have been seeing some absolutely mad pulls from the booster boxes.
I'm anxiety. I'm one of Riley's new emotions, and we are just super jazzed to be here. Where can I put my stuff?
What do you mean, we?
I wish I was as tall.
Oh my god. Oh, I love you. Oh, I can't believe that I got it from just a loose pack. What if we get it in the booster box now? Oh, I hope I don't now. Oh, I'm so happy. This is only the beginning, guys. We haven't even scratched the surface. We haven't even gotten into the juicy bits yet. And here are the juicy bits. Oh my god. Let's do it. Let's get into it. Oh, I'm so happy. I actually pulled Iono, like almost first pack, I think it was, at the midnight launch. So, oh, our box topper flew out. So the box topper is quite beautiful. I'm going to talk about what we might do with this box topper at the end of this video. So stay tuned.
It's an
Stay
11-cent card.
tuned. Let's leave this to the side here, put those there, and let's absolutely demolish this box, guys. Let's just... I actually have 2 booster boxes, but I just eeny, meeny, miny mode which one to open. I think I'll leave one sealed, because I just don't know if there's anything that could possibly be in them that is worth opening it if I don't have to. But like I said, I've seen some fire. I've seen like 13, 14 hits and then EXs on top of that pulled from these. So naturally, I want to get in on that action. A lot of people are talking about it being a crap set, or it's like too easy to master. Lay it on me. I haven't mastered a set in a while.
The normal card of
still
this costs the
in
most.
Ludicolo. I'm still in Temporal Forces
38
territory,
cents
which
for
is
the
actually
regular
very,
card of
very,
this.
very difficult to master at the moment.
Never
Because you
understood
can't
that.
find it anywhere. So you also can't find this anywhere. Release day was yesterday and it just flew out the door. I was lucky enough to have pre-orders. So I only got my stock because Past Me pre-ordered and paid for her booster boxes. Oops, sorry, bit extra there. In advance. So because I did that, I secured stock because I saw the lines at places and I thought, I'm not getting in on that. The blister packs I did purchase from Kmart. They have limits. It was a limit of 5, so I grabbed my 5 and toddled on. I'm very happy with Iris's Fighting Spirit. Beautiful. Do not have that one yet. Remembering that as a set that we're trying to master, pretty much everything at this point is good. Like, everything is good. It's only when you start getting doubles that we're gonna have a problem. Yeah, so I'm really glad that they are imposing limits at the shops and everything, because yeah, it means that more goes around. I mean, the scalpers are already out in full force for this set, so I am pretty pissed off that it's already going for stupid amounts of money, even though everyone said that it was going to be a flop. But baby, scalpers be scalping. Scalpers will pretty much try and sell anything that they possibly can. Hype up the price. The RRP of a box of this right now is $9 a pack, which puts it at about 320. Is there something back here? Iono's Belly Bolt. Cute. I actually have multiple of Iono's Belly Bolt, so I am going to be looking to trade with my friendos for some of the ones that I'll get doubles of. But yeah, it's a scalpy world out there. The prices of these boxes, yeah, should be $9 a pack now after the banter increase, which takes it to $3.24 a booster box. You shouldn't be paying more than that for a booster box. If you are, it's people are taking the piss. I guess LGS, small game stores and stuff might sell them for a little bit more, but realistically, they all pretty much pay the same amount with their allocations. So don't let people take advantage of you. Hopefully you've got a good card, a good like local game store that you do go to, that you are a you know, a veteran of and a big supporter of. Oof, grim. Grim, but that means all the good stuff's hiding in here. Come on. I mean, come on. We can't have gotten a Killer Watch Rule, Iono's Killer Watch Rule, and a Swinub, or Swinub, or whatever you want to call them, from loose blister packs and have a dud booster box. Come on. Come on. That's ridiculous. It's early days. Early days.
Just cards $1.
Google Pixel 9a with Adme. Now you can take the photo and be in the photo. Nice.
Welcome to the start of the new year. Keep riding, Peloton. That's the way you push through, baby. Proud of you.
Shit, this is a $3 card.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I pictured things happening. That's okay. That's okay.
Oh.
That's called trade fodder, my friends. That is trade fodder. It's just a shame that it's one of our,
92 cents.
art rares, pretty much. It is an adorable,
The $4
adorable
ones in
card.
Japanese.
But yeah,
It's only
I was
92
hoping for a couple
cents.
of different ones, a little bit of variety. I guess it's not like the duplicate was in the box. It's just my luck.
I have to
that-
do Greta twice.
It's just my luck that I would get a duplicate after just... And that's what I said. Like, what if we get Iono's Killer Watch Rule again in this box? If I, you know, I mean, it's good to... Oh my gosh, I'm so glad this is a Wednesday video because it means that you will be watching
You
along
have
with
2
me
hollow foils.
and sharing in my excitement at the... I'm getting all of my chases. I'm getting... That's 3 Ionos now that I've got as my chase. 2 gold cards that I've got in general. Oh, mate, my heart is palpitating. I'm so happy right now. So, I obviously... the set is relatively small, but... It's got some absolute bangers in it. Look, let's have another little look at look at her. Oh, look at her, the electric streamer. She's absolutely phenomenal.
19-cent
She's just the best
holofoil.
trainer. She's the best trainer. Belly Bob
Oh
is an
yeah, this
absolute
guy.
cutie.
This was a good hit.
And yeah, like, oh. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that we're on this journey together. all right, come on. None of the silliness. Get. I tell you what, I was absolutely. I really actually need that for Master
This is a
Set.
$3
I was
card.
absolutely itching to open this. I did put a poll on my Instagram about, or not
Nice
a poll, but
fucking
like
poll.
asking for people's opinions on whether or not like they feel the same as that you feel like you have to open things on camera to justify opening stuff, especially when YouTube pays you. When YouTube pays you to open things, you think, well, if I open it off camera, I think there's an EX back there. I need that. Amazing. I need the Veluza the loser. You can still go behind
No
Belly
way.
Bob, though, so
Bro.
make sure you watch to the end. You don't have a
13
choice. It's a prem,
bucks.
but after it's a prem, it's not a prem anymore. So
Yeah.
you know how it is. Hopefully, everyone is going to enjoy this set as much as I do. If you
$13
don't, that's
card.
completely fine. I know that everyone is going for yes, 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 yes. I don't have this. I don't have this. I don't have this. Oh, I'm so excited. Hopefully, everyone is going on their like Destined Rivals track. I will collect it if I can, but I'm thinking that my likelihood of getting it is going to be very low. I managed to order 2 booster boxes from EB before there was a limit as there is now. So if I had ordered any later than I did, I would... Oh, I got him again! I still like it. It's still, you know, I don't think there's any
Oh yeah, the
wrong
jumbo
art
card
rares in
too.
this set. However, I would like to shake it up a little
The
bit.
same thing, right?
Yeah, so I ordered these before there was a limit. I think originally it was 10 oh shit, sorry guys, too excited.
It's on here.
There was a
It
limit
shows
of 10
this
of everything.
and this right now.
And
Can you
yeah,
confirm
so
this?
I just got the 2,
Can you
but I never
confirm
made it to
this
booster
for
box
yourself?
territory, so
What?
I had to adjust it
The 10?
to
The
booster
big one?
box.
Yeah,
So
it's a
luckily
jumbo
enough,
one.
I was
How do you know?
supplied with a booster box still,
It says jumbo
which includes a Zipbox
cards.
top here.
Where?
So I'm very
Under
happy about,
Lugia,
because
jumbo
now I have
card,
one
and
for my
this one
master
says
set.
trading card.
Wix.
So this one,
One
and this is the
platform,
trading card,
any
this is the
website.
jumbo card.
Unlimited creation.
Yep.
Describe your needs and goals. And
Who-
AI will transform your tailored brief into a unique website that's ready to perform in
Done.
minutes.
Done.
Customize it. Shape your visitor's experience with show-stopping visuals and interactions that
It would be good to try and Grandmaster set this one. It doesn't seem like it would be too difficult when you're looking outside of products that you can pull. We're looking at things like the Snorlax EB Games promo. I think GameStop might also be doing one as well, so I'll have to try and get my hands on that one. And then, of course, there's everything that comes from the 3-pack blisters. There's the box topper. There's like their ETB promo card, which I did get. I opened an ETB at the midnight launch, which it first looked like it was going to end really badly, but all the hits turned out they were hiding in the bottom. They'll do that. We haven't had a pull in a little while, or maybe I'm just going crazy. It could be both of those things. But even if we did it for the rest of the box, and I say this, gritting my teeth, we've still struck absolute gold today. We have struck absolute gold. Will I take Hop Zacian, or Ends Zoro? Yeah, of course I will. Of course I will. I'm a human. I'm a human like you, and I want good hits. Will I take Clefairy? Oh, would I? Would I take Clefairy? I probably won't get Clefairy now because Bellybolt has popped out of the box. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Got one of these already, but that is okay. We take it. Somebody else may not have it, so that just means that they will have it. But yeah, I've seen more than one secret rare in a box from what I've seen from launch day yesterday. I've seen a lot of interesting stuff. I've actually seen someone pull 2 SRs from 1 pack. So it's not out of the realms of possibility. Got that as well, but that's okay. We will take another one. Pretty much have all of the X's bar like a few. But that's okay, because again, someone might be getting multiples of the one that I don't have. So that's okay. We will still take it. We've done the first half of the box. We are officially on to the second half of the box. I threw that, but it was just Reshiram. Sorry, Reshi. I should take a little bit of time to really appreciate this art. I'm sorry I've been going so fast. I think I'm just super excited. Not only that, but I've opened quite a bit of this in the last day since release. So there's a couple of cards when I see them, I'll point them out to you that actually just make me laugh so hard.
Honestly.
If I haven't already talked about it in some of the... This is the 3rd time I've put this freaking card. The 3rd time. The first 2 times were pre-release. Literally the pre-release. I pulled 2 of them. But that's okay, because as far as full arts go, it's one of the best ones. I can't remember what I was saying. I'm so sorry, but that's just really, really funny. Yes, as the cards come up that I giggle at, I will let you know, because they are really, really funny. And it brings me on to another note, which is funny, is like, Pokemon where I like the one that they are, but I don't like what they evolve into. Squovit is one of them. Do not like Greedent. And I'm sure that there's a couple that are going to come up that, you know, I feel the exact same way about. But this is interesting because this set has, I think, a Cubone but no Marowak. And then some of their evolutions have different types, so they don't have an evolution until we get to the type, like their type. Toadstool is one of the ones that I love. He is just having a walk in the park, but if anything happens, he'll spray fluid. All right. Mr. Mime, we don't really talk about. We don't really talk about Mr. Mime, except for just then when I talked about Mr. Mime. there's some banger arts in here. A lot, like I said, a lot of people really
this
really
reverse
ragged
holo?
on this set.
Yeah,
But-
this is a reverse holo, right?
I've been keen for it. I mean, I've opened a lot of battle partners. I know what we're getting ourselves into. Yes, there were definitely different cards in the English set than in battle partners,
25% card.
because they pad out English sets quite a lot. Redeemable ticket, magma, Blaziken. It's about my 4th Blaziken that I've pulled as well. But I don't think there's a lot of EXs. I think there might be like 7 or 8 EXs in the whole set, so it doesn't surprise me that we've just pretty much pulled all of them.
Searching for homes on Houseful feels a lot like discovering a super bingeable new show. Find that feeling with every listing update. Find your home with Houseful.
But we still have a notable stack left, and you know what? Chances are we'll get into the second booster box at some stage as well. I don't want to bombard people with Journey Together content. I know that needed that. Wouldn't mind the SIR of this if you're in there somewhere. That'd be fantastic. I don't want to bombard people with Journey Together content. I know that it's flooded the internet. Australia got it like 2 weeks after everybody else in the world, so we're only just starting to catch up. But I feel for this set. I'm really excited for this. This one here is Lechonk at Disneyland. Tell me that's not where he is. He's at Disneyland. He is. And he's really happy about it. He just looks really happy. I thought that was something, but it was not. Yeah, I know that when new sets come out, they get hit really hard with videos on YouTube. Again, I open things because I love them. A lot of the time, it's because I am collecting a set. Sometimes it's just because I want to pull a specific card, and I'm very stubborn and won't buy said card. So, but, you know, I think you've got to really like what you're opening, or you absolutely phone it in, and that's why. Whoa, look at this. We've got 6 packs left. That's why I just kind of want to master this set. I'll disappear into the shadows quietly after I've made a couple of videos on Journey Together, and then I'll just sit there like a little gremlin and open all of them in private. But look, it's a beautiful set. I would love the Articuno. I've seen it be pulled a million times in English, however. In Japanese, however. I haven't seen a lot of it in English. It did get pulled the other night. Whale Lord also got pulled. I didn't see any other SIRs besides mine, funnily enough, but I think the loose packs that we purchased obviously were a booster box, so I got that card. I got the secret rare of the box. We're getting closer to the end, and I'm really hoping that we are going to get something out of this remaining art set. Beautiful how it worked out that way. Last art. I mean, I know they normally put them in the box that way, but, you know, still. Alright, okay. Can we do it? Can we get... Is there another hit in this box, chat? Let me know what you think. Let me know if there's another hit in this box. It's definitely not in that pack if it is in there. We're down to the last 3 packs. Okay. Oof, it's getting close, it's getting close, it's getting close. Okay, so we would do another hit, and it is one that I do not have yet, so I'm very happy with that. Lycan Rock over Maractus any day. I'll probably just buy Maractus. We're down to our last 2 girls, our main characters in this story. Back to what I was saying before. If you would like to win this Ends Reshiram box topper, I just need you to comment below if you love this set and which Pokemon card out of this set you want to pull. So make sure you are commenting, you are subscribed to my channel, and you like this video. Notification bells on. I will announce the winner next week. As you know, the winner of my last giveaway is in the comments of this video. So I actually didn't do it last week like I intended to, or I didn't do it for Sunday's video because it was a vlog and I completely forgot to do it. So can we get anything in these last 2 packs? Can we do it?
Oh, nice.
Can we get anything else? We have a Lily's Clefairy EX. So our last EX, and the last EX that I needed, I think. That is fantastic. Last pack magic. I mean, look, I'm kissing this pack, but I'm showing you guys right now what we got all together today. And let me tell you, it is amazing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 EXs, and they are all different EXs. Love it. 7 EXs. So that's our 7 EXs. Full art, baby, beautiful, beautiful Kilowattrel and Iono, a gold Iono and Belly Bolt, Lycan Rock, 2 Swinubs, a Clefairy again.
Oink,
It is, we're on fire. So whatever happens with this last pack, I love you all. Good luck. Please enter the givey. It is a worldwide giveaway. Please comment, not in the chat if you are here for the Prem, but in the actual comment section of the video. Again, which one is your favorite card from this set that you want to pull? Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, you like this video, and I will announce it in my next video or my next Sunday video. Bye.
Google Pixel 9a with Gemini. Looking for something buried in your inbox?
Gemini, check Gmail for that flower shop Jill recommended.
Gemini's got you.
It's as big as it gets.
Google Pixel 9a with Gemini.
4 weeks ago, we washed my dog's blanket, and it still smells great. All thanks to
want to use that index. They don't want the bling. They don't need anything like that. So we'll figure out a way to make it work. We'll figure out a way to make Destined Rivals work. But I'm not gonna open it, honestly. Like, I don't want to. And I think it's important to stand together and unite together. And hey, we gotta not pay above MSRP. And it's easy for me to say that because I don't have to pay above MSRP. I get to pay wholesale costs, right? I get to do that. You don't. And I don't like until you can find product. I don't want it.
Cheese,
we'll figure out a way to get more of it out there at MSRP. I will still battle tooth and nail and fight to get as much product as I can. My allocations are still good. Like, they're strong. I got more booster boxes of Journey Together than any set ever, except maybe Darkness Ablaze, which we got just a complete truckload full of. But we're going to do, I'm just going to keep fighting, getting more and more and more, and just feeding and just getting it out there. We are a team. We're a family, as dumb as that sounds. And let's talk about Journey Together, because the Master Set is complete, and thank goodness it was so much easier than Prismatic Evolutions, and cheaper, which is also good. So this is the Journey Together Master Set. I get a lot of comments about where these binders come from. The Unlucky Collector on Instagram. I will leave a link for his Instagram in the description. I believe he has an Etsy shop also. He does all of the etch work. All the etch work. It's amazing. He does it for every master set that we give away. He'll do it for Destined Rivals, I think. Now I just committed him to it. But the Danny Phantom logo's down here. We got Iono's Belly Bolt. We got Hobzacian. We got the set symbol. We got Enzorark and Lily's Clefairy over here. And it is complete. And we will go through the entire thing once. But I do have some housekeeping matters that I want to talk about with the set. So the set, it's great because it is smaller. And I think that's the biggest thing that a lot of people aren't understanding. When you look at pre-order pricing, which we'll talk about in a second, when you look at pre-order pricing for packs, for singles, for things like that, it's absolutely insane right now. It's way, way more expensive than it should be. And I have preached this a million times. This is why you cannot pay scalper pricing right now. This is why you cannot overpay right now. MSRP for a booster box, that's just where we are right now. I think that's fine. We're a little bit under that. MSRP for a booster pack is like $4.50, somewhere around that area, $4.50, maybe $5 at the max. Wouldn't go higher than that. I really wouldn't, because this set should be readily available to an extent. Like, we are not in a Prismatic Evolutions phase right now with Journey Together. This is the main series set. What that means is everything is getting released at once. Like, it is just boom. Tomorrow, even today, like, there's already places that are stocking Journey Together. Prismatic Evolutions, we need to remember, was waved. It is a very waved set. So the original release for Prismatic Evolutions was only 3 products. It was just the Elite Trainer box, I think it was in I can't remember, the poster collection, the sticker collection. I think that was it, right? Like that was the only products that released from Prismatic Evolution. Because of that, there is not as much availability of that set. Demand really high, supply really low. A set like Journey Together, if you remember, and you were around when Surging Sparks first released, it was available in stores. You could find it at MSRP. In fact, it was below MSRP really up until the week after release is when it started jumping up a little bit and started getting a little bit more difficult to find. But if you go out and about, you should be able, and I shouldn't say should, you might be able to find some Journey Together. If you don't, I think you should be patient. I think you should chill, and there will be more coming. I'm confident of that. I've already been told that there is a reprint of Journey Together in the works. I don't know details, I don't know the size, but I will communicate that as soon as I have it. But you have 3-pack blisters, you have check lane boosters, you have sleeve boosters, you have booster boxes, you have elite trainer boxes, you have those mini pad folios, you have the Hop Zacian or Zacian EX collection box, like you have booster bundles, you have build and battle kits. There are products out there, a lot more than what we had with Prismatic Evolutions. Yeah, you might not be able to find them if you just go to Walmart after work. You might have to dig a little bit. You might have to look around a little bit. But eventually, I promise you, you will be able to find some. If not, we'll figure out a way. But Journey Together is a small size set. I think it's actually the smallest set we have had in the Scarlet and Violet block. I did not go back and look at Obsidian Flames, but I'm pretty sure there were 12 illustration rares in Obsidian Flames, I think. But a small size set, only 11 illustration rares. 6 special illustration rares and 3 hyper rares. What that means is basically this is half the size of a set like Surging Sparks. So if you opened up a decent amount of Surging Sparks, looking for certain cards and you weren't able to pull them, you are twice as likely to pull them in this set because it is only half the size. Pull rates remain consistent. We'll have a full pull rate breakdown in tomorrow's video. From what we opened, but pull rates look very consistent, even a little bit better than what we saw with Surging Sparks, and because of that, the set size being small means that if you are somebody who likes to open up a lot of packs, you can take your time with this one. You should be able to accomplish opening them up without breaking the bank completely if you're buying packs at or below MSRP. Stellar Crown, for example, perfect example. I compare these two a lot. In set size, maybe not necessarily in card art. Like I do think Journey Together is a cooler set as far as card art goes. But look, 13 illustration rares, 6 special illustration rares, and 3 hyper rares in Stellar Crown. So a much smaller set, just like Stellar Crown. Whereas you compare it to a set like Paradox Rift, 34 illustration rares, 15 special illustration rares, 7 hyper rares. So almost 3 times the size. So that Groudon from Paradox Rift, which gets a lot of love because it's a cool card, is about 3 times more difficult to pull than any illustration rare that you want from Journey Together. So if you're really hunting down that Whale Lord, for example, it's going to be about 3 times as easy to find it as far as pack count goes that you would have to open than Paradox Rift with the Groudon, because there are so much less to pull from. Now, variance is always going to play a factor, but when you only have 11 illustration rares, you're going to pull less duplicates than Paradox Rift, where you're going to pull more duplicates from hunting from one card. So variance doesn't play as big of an impact.
Yeah,
Twilight Masquerade, good example of a set size that's about double. Twilight Masquerade had 21 illustration rares, 11 special illustration rares, and 6 hyper rares. So Twilight Masquerade we'll use as an example for like that Greninja, for example. That Greninja is something that a lot of people love. Twilight Masquerade, 748 packs to pull that Greninja. Whereas the Lily's Clefairy, which is the chase card for a lot of people in Journey Together, and you can substitute Lily's Clefairy for any of the special illustration rares that might be your cup of tea in Journey Together. You're chasing the Salamence, you're bolt, Zoroark, you're chasing the Hobzacian, you're chasing the Volcanion, you're chasing the Bellibolt. You're looking at about 1 out of 408 packs on average. On average. Now, you could pull duplicates. The variance could play a little bit of a factor, but on average, 408 packs as opposed to the Greninja, which is 748 packs. So the pull rate up there is not the pull rate that I put together for Journey Together. I do actually think it's a little bit better than that, especially in the double rare category and possibly also in the ultra rare category and illustration rare category. I do think special illustration rares remain fairly consistent, which is 1 out of about 2 booster boxes. It says 68 packs up there. I'm confident that if we did open up enough to have a large enough sample size, it would be about 72, 2 booster boxes worth. So 1 out of roughly 72 booster packs means that you take the amount of booster packs it takes to pull 1 and multiply it by the amount of different variations of that special illustration rare there are. So in Twilight Masquerade, there were 11 special illustration rares. Takes you 68 packs to pull 1. So you multiply 68 packs times 11. You get 1 out of 748 packs for Greninja. You do the same thing for Journey Together. There's only 6 special illustration rares, 1 out of 408
What did I
packs
do
to
with
pull
these?
the Lilies Clefairy.
I don't have any other
thing
rares?
when it comes to a breakdown of illustration rares, which I actually think might be a little bit easier to pull in Journey Together. Eevee, for example, from Twilight Masquerade,
I have no
there's
rare
21
trainer
illustration rares, so you take 21, multiply it by 12, because it takes 12 packs to open up a
What?
singular
Those are double
illustration rare.
rares?
Not necessarily the Eevee, could
The
be any
front is
illustration
double
rare,
rares.
but it takes
Back-
you about 12 packs to open one.
What was
That
that?
means
There's all the
252
stuff.
packs is what it's going to take you at least to pull a singular. Now you could pull better than that. This is an average. 252
Didn't
packs
you
to
have a
pull a
trainer?
singular specific illustration rare like that Eevee.
Not for
Whereas
holographic
Wailord,
trainers.
if that's your chase, again, you can
Holographic
insert any
rare?
illustration rare you want into here. You could want to pull that
Do you have a
Furret. You could
binder
wanna pull
for that?
the Noibat. I don't
Do I
know,
have
it
a
doesn't matter.
binder
Whatever
for
your chase
this?
illustration rare is, it's going to take you
Come
about
on, didn't we just
132
get a
packs.
new
That's really
card
not bad.
category?
3 booster boxes, 144 packs. You should get
No, because
maybe
my
all,
other binder
depending on
is
variants, maybe all the
hollow,
illustration rares
non-rare.
opening up
Everything
for
there is
booster
non-rare.
boxes. That's
This
pretty
is
good.
the rare hollow
132
binder.
packs, way better than Prismatic
These are my
Evolution.
first
Now,
rare
Prismatic
trainer
Evolutions, we didn't
cards.
have illustration
Really?
rares.
Congratulate
We're
me.
just chasing special illustration rares, which is 1 out of 70 packs, and you've got 32 special illustration rares. It feels like
Now
you're
we
never going to
need
pull
to
an
have a
evolution
celebration and
because
shit,
there are
'cause that's like a
24
big
or
find
25
and
other
shit.
special illustration rares that you can pull before that. So that's
Maybe
really
a
important. The
birthday
bad thing
cake
about
and
Journey Together,
everything.
there is a huge variance in boxes. I thought maybe it would be different with ace specs because there are no ace specs in this set,
No,
so
not
that
slow.
feels a little bit
Holden
like you're not getting as
bankrupt
many
and
hits, but you still
failure.
make up for it, surprisingly, in the form of additional regular arts, maybe an additional full art, or maybe there were several boxes we opened up that had 4 illustration rares as opposed to 3. So a huge variance in boxes. Some boxes had as few as 11 hits.
Did you
Other
start your
boxes
own
had as many as
section
17
binder
hits,
for
which is a
those?
lot. That's a lot of hits when half of your packs are including either regular arts, ultra rares, double
What did
rares,
these come
special
up as?
illustration rares, hyper rares. Like there's a lot. Batching continues to be a huge issue. Oh, what's going on? If the
just
printing
all-
facility sends to distribution, and the printing facility is I don't know how it all works, but it's got to be something weird. So yesterday we opened up 400 packs on stream, sold them all. It was a 10-pack lot for $39.99. I think that's what it was. So basically $3.99 a pack. We had 40 participants in the break. We just capped it at that. We pulled 5 special illustration rares. 4 of them were Lily's Clefairy. We pulled 1 Salamence and 4 Lily's Clefairy. That's a little weird. So you expect variance, but it is a little weird to pull consistently Lily's Clefairy. Also, the fact that we couldn't pull an Ends Clean Clang, that's a little weird. That's a little weird because there are probably some reverse hollows that I have 10, 12, 15 of in the 2+ cases that we opened. But like no Ends Clean Clang, like
Let's
that's
see
a
that
little, Clean
binder.
Clang, that's a little weird. So looking at booster pack prices right now, this is something we've never experienced before when it comes to a main series set. You can see the market price. I pulled this up last night, $8.79, but the lowest listed was $10.73. When I looked at the booster packs yesterday during the day, the market price was over $10. I don't know who's buying them at this price point, but please don't. You will be able to find them for cheaper, and if not, it is going to be a race to the bottom. TCG Player operates on a race to the bottom model. Right now, this is a pre-sale for a reason. On TCG Player, the only stores that are allowed to sell up until tomorrow are stores that are authorized pre-sale stores. That means they have a brick and mortar, they do pre-releases, they are approved by the Pokemon Company International or by TCG Player to sell Pokemon cards early, before release day. So that way they can ship them and they could arrive to your door before release day. Those are the stores that are allowed to sell on TCG Player. Those are the only stores. That's why there's so few listings. Once TCG Player opens up to everybody, which will be tomorrow on release day, prices will go down. Especially when it comes to these boosters. This is way too high. $10.73 for a booster pack is too high. But you only have a handful of stores to buy from. So if you're sitting there freaking out like, oh, it's $10, it's $9, it's $1.50 cheaper than it was this morning, I'm going to buy them now. Don't. Like, just don't. Like, just chill. Let's just chill. And the price will come down as more and more stores are able to start selling and more people are able to put up their extra product or their duplicates or whatever. The prices should start coming down. I don't want people to lose their money in this hobby. Like, this hobby can be fun. I wouldn't worry too much about, Anyways, Journey Together, 576 total packs to finish the Master Set, second lowest in the Scarlet and Violet era after Obsidian Flames. Huge breath of fresh air. If you remember, we opened up I forget how much it was, 300 packs of Prismatic Evolutions. We didn't plan on opening up much Prismatic Evolutions or this set because we wanted to sell as much of the MSRP as we possibly could. But I also explained all of this in the last video. We wanted to make sure that we still stock the storefront with singles. That's what we've always done. And we just will find different ways to do that with Destined Rivals, and also just the competitive players. We want to make sure to help out that competitive community as well, as much as possible. 576 packs, not bad. You're looking at, I mean, that's a lot of packs. You might be like, hey Fanny, that's over 2 cases. Like, that is over 2 cases. You're right, that's a lot. But 576 packs when you compare it to other sets, certainly Sparks, I think we opened up 2,000 packs. To master. So card quality took a huge step back. I don't know if you watched me open a case, but the End Zorark was severely off center, which was unfortunate because that's like my favorite one. I don't mind too much off center cards. I don't mind too much. I don't grade a lot anyways. But you pull a really cool card. I remember when Battle Styles came out, I pulled the alternate Tyranitar V like fairly early on, and I looked at it and it was so off center. It was like, this is my chase card of the set, and I just feel like I'm getting slapped in the face with it. Like, it just wasn't great. Batching issues, miscuts, whitening, and dents. This is where the concern comes in because of all this demand right now and supply issues. With all the supply issues right now, if Pokemon is like, okay, let's print, let's go. And then all of a sudden QC takes a boom, like a step back because they're trying to meet demand. That's the main concern. Loose wrapping on booster boxes, not as bad as Temporal Forces or Darkness Ablaze, but still a lot of booster boxes, unfortunately, that I sent out in our first pre-order. They're very loose, which isn't, I mean, it's not, there's nothing you can do about it, right? Like, that's how it comes in, it's got the stop tape on it, it's factory sealed, like, it is what it is. But you send it out and people are like, oh, I want nice, tight, crisp wrapping. Well, what do you want me to do? All of our booster boxes are loose. Like, it's all kind of, like, it's just not ideal. So that's a little bit unfortunate. And then the whole idea of enhanced booster boxes versus non-enhanced booster boxes, I just wanted to put that in there as a reminder. If you ordered from an LGS or if you ordered from a brick and mortar, you should be getting enhanced. The only non-enhanced booster boxes I know that exist in the United States are ones that were opened up from pre-release kits. Now, this could change with the second print run. We won't know for sure until that second print run gets announced, and then I will make sure to communicate that information to you guys. But enhanced booster boxes, as far as the United States is concerned, should be everywhere. That's all that there should be outside of pre-release kits. So I think that is everything that I've got. So now we are going to talk about this bad boy right here. And I'm just going to kind of show it off so that way you can see it. This is the Journey Together Master Set. I told you before where you can get binders like this from. Huge shout out to the Unlucky Collector again for putting this binder together. If you want to win this, all you got to do is just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So scroll down, hit that subscribe button. That's all you got to do. And then leave a like and a comment on this video. Why do you have to leave a like and a comment? Well, the random comment picker is going to do its thing, and it's going to choose one comment, and that's the winner, and that is what it is. And then we just, we'll announce the winner, I don't know, like 2 weeks from tomorrow. So you've got 2 weeks from tomorrow, whatever that day is in April, 2 weeks from the 28th of March. I should probably know. I'm probably going to mention it again, so it'll be fine. But scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and then leave a like and a comment on this video. Boom, you are entered. Let's take a look at the Master Set. I did things pretty normally with this one. I'm not gonna, I don't have enough room. I didn't record like a separate video, so I'm just gonna kind of go through things real quick so you can kind of take a look. The way that I do things is I always lay out the normal variant and then the reverse hollow after it. A lot of people will put the reverse hollow behind or the normal variant behind the reverse hollow. That's completely up to you. I do master sets as every card that you can possibly pull from a master set. I will probably include the box topper in here and the ETB promo in here just to be safe. I don't usually include those necessarily in master sets because you can't pull them from a booster pack, but a lot of people like to include all that stuff. They include all the build and battle promos. They include everything that's released that is tied to the set. I just do whatever's pulled from booster pack. There's no right way to do it. It's completely up to you. But this is everything laid out. So this is just non-hollow followed by reverse hollow. And we don't really have anything to really point out until we've got our first Amoonguss down here in the corner, so you can see the Amoonguss over there. For the most part, it's a cool set because of the artwork. The artwork looks very, very neat. We've got the Blaziken EX on this page over here. You can see Blaziken down there. On this page, you've got two ultra rares or two double rares with the Reshiram and the Volcanion. I really like the trainer Pokemon, how they've got the trainer in the corner there. It looks really cool. I did not sleeve every card. I just sleeved the ultra rares and above. We've got Ludicolo. Ludicolo is a top 5 Pokemon for me. I don't know if it is for you. I do like the Wailord. I think the Wailord looks really cool. And then we've got Veluza, which I can do without. But Veluza, some people, I'm sure there's somebody who loves Veluza, and I got nothing against it. So the Iono's Voltorb just slaps. I don't know why the artwork looks so good to me. Same thing with the Electrode. It just looks really, really good. And then we've got the Tapu Koko there on the bottom. I'm sure I'll knock something over as I'm going through this. Iono's Bellybolt, which could be okay in competitive play. Lily's Clefairy, which also could be okay in competitive play right there. Then we've got the Mr. Mimes down at the bottom. Alolan Marowak at the bottom there. There's nothing really worth pointing out. And Sigilif over here, which is pretty good. Could be decent. Lily's Rabambe. You've got Mimikyu EX down in the corner over there. A lot of people like Mimikyu. Mimikyu is a cool Pokemon, so I can get behind that. We've got the Birthday Cake Pokemon over here with Alchemy EX getting a variant. Then we've got Mamoswine, which could be okay in competitive play. I don't know. It seems like a meh deck to me. We'll see. Mamoswine. A lot of people want to build it. We'll see how it goes. Nothing really that stands out on this page. You've got the Silly Cobra up there with Hop. Hop doesn't really have too much here. Hop's got some cards. I don't know if any of them are going to really do too much competitively. You've got Paldean Clodsire over here. Destined Rivals looks like it's going to be a pretty crazy set as far as competitive play goes. And as far as collecting goes, you've got Enzorark over there with the return of the trade ability, which is super cool. There's that Enz Klinklang right there that evaded us for so long. And then we move into Hop Zacian EX right there, Salamence EX in the corner over there. I'm just kind of going through things pretty quickly here. Dudunsparce EX over there. And then we move into colorless Pokemon. Nothing really worth noting on this page here, so I'll just kind of flash it off real quickly. But again, every single non-holo followed by the reverse holo or holo rare followed by the reverse holo. So like Hops Double over there, followed by the reverse holo Hops Double. And then you move in. If we didn't have enough black belts training in Prismatic Evolutions, you've got 3 more variants of it in this set. It's just crazy. Crazy. Like just repeated card names all over the place. En's Castle, Lily's Pearl. Not a whole lot of trainer madness in this set. There's some trainers that'll do okay, but nothing too crazy. Here's the illustration rare page over here. That Maractus pops really well. The Articuno is the chase for a lot of people. That's a really cool card. We got the Wailord, the Iono's Kilowattrel, Lily's Rabambe, and Swinub right there. And then the bottom, you can see you've got Lycanroc, En's Reshiram. This is the non-box topper version, so there is no stamp on this one. You still can pull it from the booster box. Furret and Noibat down there. And then we've got Hops Wooloo. And that's it for illustration rares. Then you move into the full arts. So Volcanion EX, Iono's Bellybolt. I really do like the silhouette of the trainers in the background. I think that looks super cool. There's the full art Mamoswine and Zoroark, which is my favorite card of the set. Hop Zacian, Salamence EX, and at the bottom you've got Dudunsparce, Brock Scouting, Irises, Fighting Spirit, and Ruffian. And then we've got the last page right here, which features the special illustration rares. Volcanion EX up in the corner there, followed by Iono's Bellybolt, followed by Lily's Clefairy. Then there's the Enzorark, which is my favorite card of the set. Hop Zacian, Salamence EX, and then the gold cards, which I actually do really like the gold cards in this set. Iono's Bellybolt, Enzorark, and last but not least, the Spiky Energy right there. So we've got the master set completed. We're going to give that away to one subscriber. So hit that subscribe button, leave a like and a comment on this video. And for Destined Rivals, since we're not going to open, we'll have to figure out a different way to do a master set. But we'll figure that out when we get to it. We still got a couple months yet. But thank you so much for everything, all the support. You guys are awesome. I love you very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to even do this. Without you guys, this never would happen. So thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow.
These ones are done.
Yeah, and these ones.
Dear Canadian exporters, the world needs more Canada. Together, let's give it to them.
Take a second to reset. You can do this. Nice and controlled. That's good.
How's it going, everybody? We are back with another Pokemon Master set. This time we have finished the newest Pokemon set,
Paradox,
Scarlet Violet Journey Together. Pretty easy set to complete. Before we get into the binder and flipping through that, as always, whenever we finish a Master set, we like to do a giveaway. So if you want to have your chance to win a Journey Together booster box, just do all the normal YouTube things. You know, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment down below. Maybe tell me what your favorite card is in the set, and I'll run that giveaway here in a couple weeks. In the meantime, we are in a yellow custom engraved Vault-X binder. I always use Vault-X binders. You can use my promo code down in the description below to get 10% off your first purchase. But for this custom engraved
card.
binder, it's from Chili Bird Co.
Normal.
And I'll make sure to put that up here. See, there's
That's
pretty cool etching on the spine, all that kind of stuff too. So really cool binder. Glad to be in a custom engraved one this time around, but let's get into it. So this is a small and relatively, you know, easy to complete master set, to be honest with you. So there are 333 cards in the set, which includes 16 regular EX cards, 11 illustration rares, all of them pretty good though, 11 full arts, including 8 Pokemon, and 4 of those Pokemon have the trainers in the background, so that's pretty cool. That's new for this set. We've got 6 special illustration rares, all of them pretty fire, to be honest, and 3 gold cards. Notably, there are no A-specs in this set, since that mechanic is kind of ending with this set, I believe. So let's get into it. We have the normal card, whether that is the common, uncommon, or rare, in the first slot, and I always put the reverse holo in the slot next to it. So sometimes the EX cards can throw the pattern off, which you'll see, but that's just how I like to lay out my binder. You can also always put the reverse holo on top of the regular stuff like that in a regular 9-pocket binder. We've got Caterpie, Metapod, Butterfree, Paris, Parasect, and
That's
Petalil.
12 cents right there.
We've got Lilligant, Maractus, Carablast, Fungus, Amoonguss EX, and you'll see this is where, you know, it throws the pattern off until another EX comes. Shelmet, Excelgor, Durant, Virizion, Sprigatito, Florigato, Meowscarada, Nimble, Magmar,
That's 21-cent card.
Torchic, Combuskin, Blaziken EX, Torkoal, Darumaka, Darmanitan, Larvesta, Volcarona, Reshiram EX, and Volcanion EX, Articuno. We've got Remoraid, Octillery, Lotad, Lombre, Ludicolo, Wingull, Pelipper, Wailmer, Wailord, Regice, Veluza EX, Alolan Geodude, Alolan Graveler, Alolan Golem, and then this is, I think I didn't miss one, but this is our first trainer Pokemon of the set. We've got Iono's Voltorb, so you'll see it's got the trainer there in the corner. So this is Iono's Voltorb, Iono's Electrode, In's Joltik, Togedemaru, Tepakoku EX, Iono's Tadbulb, Iono's Bellibolt, Iono's Wattrel, Iono's Kilowattrel, Lily's Clefairy, Alolan Marowak, Mr. Mime, Shuppet, Banette, Beldum, Metang, Metagross, In's Sigilif, Oricorio, Lily's Cutiefly, Lily's Rabombi, Lily's Comfey, Mimikyu EX, Delmise, Impidimp.
This is an inspired Go salad, and it makes healthy eating super easy. As you see, it's packaged in a unique way with one goal in mind: to keep things fresh and end the days of eating soggy salads. Let me show you how it works. First, it's completely sealed, which means you can throw it in your bag and not worry about it falling apart. You just peel, add the homemade dressing, flip the lid over, shake it up, and you have a restaurant quality salad in seconds. Canadian top.
Why is it saying it's
Morgrem, Grimmsnarl, Milcery, Alchemy EX, Cubone, Swinub, Piloswine, and Mamoswine EX, Larvitar, Pupitar, Regirock,
Is this a
Pancham,
site mistake?
Lycanroc, Hop Silly
It
Cobra,
says uncommon
Hop
on the
Sandaconda,
site,
Toadschool,
but it's a common card.
Cloth, Coughing, Wheezing, Paldean Wooper, Paldean Clodsire EX, Tyranitar, In's Purloin, Inzorua, Inzoroark EX, Pangoro, Lokix, Bombardier, Escavalier, Insclink, Insclang, Insclinkclang, and Galarian Stunfisk, Magearna, Hops Corviknight, Cufant, Caparaja.
Interesting. Even the picture shows that it's common.
Bagon, Shelgon,
It's just
Salamence EX,
wrong.
Dredagon,
Typo?
Inzresher, Pop Snorlax,
What, the
Sentret,
typo?
Furret, Dunsparce, the Dunsparce EX, Kecleon, Tropius, Audino, Minccino, Cinccino, Noibat, Noivern,
You say something about
Kamala,
pizza?
Drampa, Squovit,
You want me to
Greedent,
pitch you
Hops
some money for
Rookie, Hops
pizza?
Corvisquire,
I don't want pizza no more. I had a
Hops
salad.
Wooloo, Hops Double,
You don't want
Cramorant,
pizza?
Hops Cramorant,
No, it's okay.
Lechonk,
Salad?
Oinkologne,
Another
Squawkabilly, and then we go into our trainers. We've got Billy and Onair, 3 different Black Belt trainings, Brock
You got
Scouting,
fucking like 20 fucking salads.
Bag.
What happened? Are they on sale
Hops
or
Choice
something?
Band, Iris' Fighting Spirit,
Fact, they are.
Lavincia, Lily's Pearl,
Would you like a salad?
In's Castle,
Lettuce.
In's PP Up,
Gonna
Postwick,
make me salad?
Professor's Research,
make a
Professor Sada,
salad.
Redeemable Ticket, Ruffian, Super
No,
Potion.
not really.
Okay. You figure it out.
And then we finish
I'll
those out
try.
with Spiky Energy. And as you can see when you flip the page, we've got a pretty nice spread of the secret rares here. So that finishes the set proper, and then we've got our secret rares. So let's take a closer look at all of these because they're all pretty great. So we've got a pretty nice
Golden
Maractus
Pokeball.
illustration rare there.
Fuck.
A beautiful Articuno, one of the more expensive cards in the set. A great Wailord, probably one of my top 3 in the set, to be honest. Iono's Kilowattrel, another fantastic card. Lily's Rabombi, just amazing. Swinub, cute card. Lycanroc, In's Reshiram, which is also a box topper we'll take a look at here in a minute. Furret, Noibat. We've got Hops Wooloo, great card there too. And then we go into our full arts. And you'll notice, like I said, we've got the Volcanion EX, but then with our Iono's Bellybolt EX, we've got a full art with the trainer in the background, which is pretty cool. They kind of elevate the full arts a little bit here. Lily's Clefairy EX, Mamoswine EX, Inzoroark EX, Hops Zacian EX, and Salamence EX. And our final Pokemon full art, Dunsparce EX. Then we've got 3 trainers. We've got Brock Scouting, Iris' Fighting Spirit, and Pokemon Scalper, or Ruffian, current villain of the hobby. And then you switch the page, and you get a pretty cool spread here that finishes out the set. So we'll take a look at these special illustration rares, and then we'll go into all of these extras here, because this finishes the master set, and these are some extras we'll talk about. So we've got the beautiful Volcanion special
Penn's
illustration rare.
Castle. What do you think Penn
How to make sticker with Sticker App is easy. First, make design. Then go to stickerup.com. Take your mouse and click Make Custom Stickers. Drop it.
Iono's Bellybolt. I'm partial to Iono. Only Paldean trainer in the set, so that's why I got the binder with Iono on it. Lily's Clefairy EX, which we were lucky enough to pull. Quite possibly my favorite card of the set. Inzoroark EX, another great card. The Hops Zacian EX, this is beautiful when we do our deep dive.
You got 4 of these
kind of art
castles
review of
here.
the set.
Start
I'm
putting
gonna have
these
a hard
in.
time not ranking that one number 1, I'll tell you.
That's a different binder.
Salamence EX.
Stop putting it on top of the binder.
Then we go into our golds.
We're sorry.
Iono's Bellybolt EX, Inzoroark EX, and Spiky Energy. So like I said, that finishes out the master set. That is one of everything that can be pulled in packs. But as always, we do have some extras, some variant cards, etc., etc. So we've got one full set of all of the trainer tips cards. If you're unfamiliar with these are in the build and battle boxes. They just are like the instruction sheet for the build and battle box, basically. And they usually are just one of every pack art. I like to get them to use as spacer cards or to throw in the back of the binder just to, you know, show off the pack art without necessarily folding up a pack in the binder or something like that. But then we have the box topper for the enhanced booster box, which is just the Ins Reshiram illustration rare with this Journey Together stamp on it. So first time they've done a box topper in a while. And it does not look like that is returning for Destined Rivals. We've got the Hops Snorlax GameStop promo, or variant card, the Hops Wooloo and Hops Double from the Zacian box. These are Cosmos holofoil variants of the cards back here.
And PP out.
And there are also a couple non-holo rares from the build and battle boxes that I have not gotten yet, but I will. And there is also a, I believe, double promo with the set stamp from Best Buy, which is in the mail to me. Then we have the promo cards. So these and what's on the next page will eventually move into my promo binder, but for now we've got Ins Darmanitan, Ionos Kilowattrel, Lily's Rabambi, and Hops Snorlax pre-release promos with the set stamp on them. And then we have the single pack blister promos here with Yanma and Scraggy, and then Yanmega and Scrafty, the 3-pack blister promos. We've got the In Zorua ETB promo, the Pokemon Center one, and Hops Zacian EX from the Zacian EX box. But again, all of those are going to move to my promo binder. So we'll keep these and get the rest of the variant cards. But let's go ahead and take a look at the Lily's Clefairy, which is still, you know, the most expensive card, the chase card of the set, whatever you want to call it. Just an awesome card. I love it. And if you saw the last video, like I said, we were lucky enough to pull it. So the set is small. It's easy to complete. It's kind of the breather we needed in between the chaos of Prismatic Evolutions and what inevitably will be chaotic with Destined Rivals. So in total, I spent about $1,400 on this set, which is more than it's worth. So I always say, do not complete master sets like me, where you kind of buy everything at the top of the market on release day, buy inflated product, all that kind of stuff. Take your time, go slow, and you'll be able to complete these master sets usually for under market, and they'll climb. So I'm glad things are a little bit back to normal so I can demonstrate that. But that was the Journey Together master set. So I appreciate you guys checking the binder out with me. I hope it helps you lay out your binder, and I appreciate you coming along that journey together.
Look at this guy's binders, Trey.
They all want the same thing. Fast, unlimited fiber internet from TechSavvy. Visit
Every Pokemon card is inside of this official Pokemon card library. Well, that's the goal, is to have every Pokemon card in that library. There is a binder for every English Pokemon card set ever released. Even, follow me, a binder for every promo generation ever. And recently, a lot of you have been asking me for an official Pokemon card library update. Now, the goal is to get every English Pokemon card ever made and to document the entire process. For example, this is my Aquapolis binder. You can see I got a good amount, but I'm also missing a good amount as well. Now, for today's Pokemon card library update, we're gonna be focusing on the entire Scarlet and Violet era and then kind of working our way backwards in future videos. Now, my Scarlet and Violet era binders are not 100% complete, so we're gonna be opening up some Pokemon cards to try and complete them. Now, let me know down in the comment section what other binder sets you want to see in future videos, and I gotta be honest with you, when it comes to organizing, I have some bad habits. For example, this is my Pokemon backpack. It's what I take with me to a tournament, Pokemon League, or even if I go to a regionals to spectate. And when I'm at these Pokemon play events, I always have my trade binder with me ready to go. I try to make sure that I have a nice wide variety of different Pokemon cards to trade. And well, I usually make a bunch of trades, but the problem is that
I put them in my backpack and I forget to take them out a lot. My bad. I literally traded for all of these Pokemon cards right here at my local Pokemon League last week. And they've been sitting in here ever since. But that's not the only place I kind of leave Pokemon cards around. Now, over here in my bulk library, where I keep all my commons, uncommons, and rares sorted out by sets, literally boxes and boxes. For example, name a set. Oh, okay, Steam Siege. Good choice. How about another one? Okay, Plasma Blast. Okay, that's a good one. Right over here is my my Plasma Blast section. All the commons, uncommons, rares, all the extra stuff that is not in the binders. We got some Sun and Moon team up down here. Literally every Pokemon card set, but right here is a little box that I keep. And inside of this box are cards that I need to check for the official Pokemon card library. And since today we're focusing on Scarlet and Violet era, just like I thought, there was going to be one in here. Illustration Rare Snorunt, and already over here I see another one. We got the Bulbasaur from 151 with the 151 stamp from Best Buy. Whew, there's a lot of random things to go through in here. Magikarp, Kartana GX, I'm pretty sure that's in the library, but it's in here. But that's not my worst bad habit when it comes to organizing Pokemon cards. It'd be this one. Leaving Pokemon cards just, sitting around in, random places. We're already here. Let's break this bad habit and go ahead and check on these three. First up, we have Arceus from the Arceus set, which is going to be this binder right here, I believe. Am I right? I'm right. It was the right one. Let's see if we need this Arceus. Now, the Arceus is actually a little subset with inside of the Arceus set. It should be in the very back. So right there, it looks like we already have one in the binder. So this one is going to be an extra. Next up, we have a random reverse holo Bidoof from Dragons Exalted. And Dragons Exalted should be this green binder right here. Let's see if there's any reverse holo Bidoofery going on inside of this binder. Actually, I have a lot more of this set than what I thought I had. Oh, okay, wow, this is awesome. So, reverse holo Bidoof. Oh, there's Bidoof right there, and it looks like we already have a reverse holo. I mean, look at this. I literally have no other reverse holos on this page except for Bidoof. Ah, tricked again by Bidoof. And then this last one is a Reshiram EX, but it is a promo, and I do have a promo binder for every single generation right here. So I think we got Sun and Moon, XY, and then this should be black and white.
Good.
Oh, look. A dog hair from our little dog, Eevee. All right, let's give this a quick look. Reshiram EX is going to be card number 36. So it's not going to be that far into the binder. It should be next page. So right there, Reshiram EX. We had all three cards. All right, enough of my Pokemon bad habits. Let's get down to business, starting with one of everybody's favorite sets. We're talking Pokemon 151. Now, this set is not complete yet. It is not complete. However, we got to add in some cards that I just traded for, and then we're going to go and open some up and see if we can get the last, that's right, the last two cards that we need to complete this set. However, we need to add in this Bulbasaur from Best Buy. It was a Best Buy exclusive, which I actually think I already had in this binder at one point, and then I took it out to take a picture, and then I never put it back in.
Did you lose it?
No, I didn't. I didn't lose it. It was in one of the random boxes that we always put stuff in. But take a look at this right here. Literally almost every single Pokemon card, but we're missing two of them right here. Look at this. We need an illustration rare. Up here. Three. Missing three cards. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Illustration rare Ivysaur. Over here, we need illustration rare Mr. Mime. And then going to the next page, full art Kangaskhan EX. But let's go ahead and add in the full art Blastoise EX that I just traded for. Whoop. And I know what you're thinking. What about this spot right over here? Well, that is Special Illustration Venusaur EX, and I do have it. However, I traded somebody. I won't name names. And they have not yet sent out my package because they're too busy, apparently. But I'm going to be sending them a text to make sure that they have not forgotten. So let's go open up some Pokemon 151 and see if we can't pull those last 3 cards that we need. Yes, I'm talking about you, Super Duper Danny.
I'd be mad for getting something.
What is up, my breaking family? Send in some positive vibes in your direction. Starting off with Pokemon 151, still 3 cards. That's it, 3 cards, full art Kangaskhan. We need that illustration rare Ivysaur and the illustration rare Mr. Mime, giving you a little bit of a Pokemon card library update today. And if you would like an in-depth video on the library, and by in-depth I mean like what binders I use, what sleeves I use specifically for the library, what app I use to keep track of everything in the Pokemon card library. If you want an in-depth video like that, with more information, let me know down in the comment section. Hit the like button to let me know that you want to see something like that. And in the comment section, let me know how you organize your collection on top. This is the Danger Room.
The world needs a broader understanding of what autism is.
Welcome to the start of the new year.
Coming out hard like 8 ball.
Take control. Worry about yourself, nobody else.
We've been flying.
Today, we are going to find out, do I have a 100% complete Jumbo Pokemon card binder from the first partner packs? This journey started all the way back in March of 2021, and Breaking Family, it's time to complete it. What is up, my Breaking Family? Send in some positive vibes in your direction, and today we are going to 100% complete our Jumbo Pokemon cards binder from the first partner packs. Now right here is a list of everything that will be in this binder by the end of today's video. We started this journey all the way back in March of 2021, and today it is going to be 100% complete. So we are going to add the final Jumbo Pokemon cards that need to go into this binder. We have 3 Jumbo first partner packs right here, these Pokemon first partner packs. We're going to add those in. You'll see what ones they are here in just a few moments. We're also going to open up some other Pokemon cards. We got some celebrations because I figured, hey, we need to celebrate, right? So you see what I did there. We got some Fusion Strike we're going to open, and then at the very end of today's video, we are going to open up some of my favorite Sun and Moon Pokemon card sets. We got Unified Minds, chance at that Rainbow Rare Mewtwo and Mew you see on your screen. Burning Shadows, Sun and Moon Burning Shadows, of course, a chance at a Rainbow Rare Charizard GX. And then Sun and Moon Unbroken Bonds, another chance at a Rainbow Rare Charizard and Reshiram tag team card, as well as one of my favorite alternate arts of all time, Sylveon and Gardevoir. Whew, it's such a beautiful card. But Breaking Family, the point of today's video is that we need to complete our Jumbo Pokemon card binder. So what I want you to do in the comment section down below is tell me your favorite Pokemon region of all time. That's right, your favorite Pokemon region of all time. Alright, so as you see in the very front, we have Pikachu, and then going on to Grookey, you know, all of that. But it ends right here with Piplup.
So that must mean we have to continue right here, going into the next one. Let's go ahead and open it up. It's so awesome. The first partner packs like help celebrate 25 years of Pokemon. So it's so awesome to like look back at all of the past generations. It's just so neat. So we have Mudkip right there. Oh, with a smiling face. We also have Torchic. And then going into Trico as well. So let's go ahead and add those right there. That jumbo Pokemon card binder, or I guess you could say it's the first partner pack Pokemon card binder. And then going into Torchic, and then Mudkip right there. Very, very nice. Now, we still have some more to add in, so don't go anywhere. Let's, nice. Now, we still have some more to add in, so don't go anywhere. Let's open up some booster packs right here from our first partner pack opening. Going into a Chilling Reign and Breaking Family. We have officially hit 900,000 subscribers. That's right, 900,000 subscribers. And I seriously want to thank you all so very much. It's because of every single one of you. I know that. It's because of every single one of you. And I appreciate you. And I love you all so very much. So, Breaking Family, we are at 900,000 subscribers. We are officially on the road to 1 million. Hang on a second. Energy! 1 million subscribers. So, I have a favor to ask of you. If you choose to do so, if not, it's perfectly okay. No big deal. Text a friend. Call a friend. Text a family member. Call a family member. Just one person. That's all.
Nicely.
One person. And ask them to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't even have to be a Pokemon fan. And then they might become a Pokemon fan after that. After they see all the fun and awesomeness that we have here on this channel. Energy! Just one person. That's right. That's all I'm asking. Spread the word. Let's get to 1 million subscribers, Breaking Family, because I have something wild planned for 1 million subscribers. And I'm sure I'm almost positive it's never been done before. And it's something that you might possibly be able to take part in person. It's something I'm working on. So we should be able to make it happen, but I want to do it at 1 million subscribers. So it's been a wild journey. We started back in 2014. And now here we are in 2021, and I seriously can't thank you all enough from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me, and I appreciate you all for accepting me for who I am, and I will always accept you for who you are as well. And of course, you know you're always welcome here on the channel, and I just want to say I love you. I really do. So thank you. Thank you so much. Sword and Shield and Evolving Skies right there. So that obviously means we're going into the Johto region next. We got Totodile, Chikorita, and Cyndaquil. I love that Cyndaquil right there. One of my favorites. Obviously, all this from the Neo era, one of my most favorite eras of all time. So let's go ahead and add in our Chikorita right there. Whoop! Beautiful. And then we will go into our Cyndaquil next, right there. Whoop. And then go into our Totodile that is screaming in excitement because the Breaking Family hit 900,000 subscribers. Woo! It feels like a dream. It really does. Totodile. So, I think you know what's next after that. I think you know what's next, Breaking Family. Let's go into our Pokemon pack opening. We got Sword and Shield that we will do first. Right here. Put that right over there, ever so gentle. Alright, let's see a Rainbow Rare from one of these first partner packs. Honestly, I don't know if I've ever pulled a Rainbow Rare from one of the first partner packs. We got Pikachu, Energy, put that right over there. Rotom Bike, Drizzile, Bisharp. We got Krabby with those Kanto vibes. Makes sense with what's coming up. and a Mudsdale. Looking very, very angry. Don't be angry. We're celebrating today. We're all celebrating. There's the code card right there. All right, Evolving Skies. Here we go. If you didn't see yesterday's video, it was our annual Black Friday Pokemon card shopping video, and it's a little over an hour long. I didn't plan for it to be over an hour long, but it just ended up being over an hour long. So trying to show you all the Pokemon card deals, all the Pokemon deals in general, energy, and just kind of what Pokemon items are out there. If you're just looking for maybe a gift for somebody that is special in your life. So there's the code card right there. Got a holo rare in that one, so no complaints there. All right, let's pull the binder out once again. That means we are ending on the Kanto First Partner Pack. That's right, where it all started with Pokemon, the Kanto region. So let's open up. Let's do a nice Kanto First Partner Pack opening.
No dishes.
There we go.
What did you choose?
I actually got this off of Pokemon Center, so that's where I ended up getting it at.
What happened?
And we have Sword and Shield, as well as Evolving
Did
Skies,
you
and then
just stop?
right there, we have our base set Squirtle,
No.
going into our base set Bulbasaur, and our base set
Oh, well, you tell you were
Charmander.
caught
So
up.
let's go ahead and add all three of those in. Whoop! And then our Charmander next. Would be kind of neat if they continued this onto the next generations. And our base set Squirtle right there. So Breaking Family, we officially have a complete Pokemon card binder of the first partner packs. That's right, this jumbo Pokemon card binder has every single card inside of it. Let's go through it really quick. We got Pikachu right there. Going into Grookey. These pages are actually kind of difficult to turn. We got Score Bunny, going into Sobble, we got Rowlet, and then Litten, Poplio, Chespin, Finnegan, Froakie, Snivy, Tepig, Oshawott, Turtwig, Chimchar, Piplup, Trico, Torchic, Mudkip, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Totodile, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. Complete. There it is, Breaking Family. A complete jumbo Pokemon card binder. Woo! Feels good to complete that. It sure does. And then we'll put it right back down there with the other binders.
What?
Let's go into Sword and Shield. But we still have more Pokemon openings for today's video. We're going to go in, maybe never, I don't, Dialga. We got Surfing
Want your video to stand out? Go to motionarray.com.
Elon Musk situation with alleged secret babies, gag orders, millions of dollars, and one of his baby mamas allegedly being told by his fixer to not get a lawyer because, quote, that always leads to the worst outcome. US-China trade war just got even more ridiculous, and now there's a growing rare earth material refining and processing problem that could be devastating for everyone. Mr. Beast is being accused of having his own Fire Festival scam in the wake of the Mr. Beast experience disaster in Vegas, and then a good news story to help try to keep you sane. We're talking about all that and much more on today's brand new Philip DeFranco Show. You daily dive into into the news, how it's being covered, and how people are reacting to it, starting with this. Yo, this Elon Musk Legion of Kids baby mama drama situation, it was already creepy, weird, and pathetic, but with what we're learning now, it's crazier than we expected. You know, it gives us a unique insight into the inner workings of a man who has fought his way into the halls of power. So to start, if you don't know, Musk has had at least 14 children with at least 4 different women that we know of, and I'll get into that later, with the mothers being author Justine Wilson, the pop musician Grimes, the Neuralink executive Siobhan Zillis, and the right-wing influencer Ashley St. Clair. And then, as far as his kids, there was his first child, Nevada Alexander, who died shortly after being born. Next, the triplets, Kai, Saxon, and Damien, the twins, Griffin and Vivian, who notably became estranged from her father as he refused to accept her transgender identity. Then you've got Strider and Azure, and then this name, which, depending on whether you ask Grimes or Musk, is either pronounced X-A12 or XAI-A12, followed by Exa Dark Sidereal, whom Grimes said has been informally, though not legally, renamed Y, and that can alternatively be spelled like the letter, the question, or just the pure question mark. Then you've got Techno Mechanicus, also known as Tau, Selden Lycurgus, Arcadia, and Romulus. But also I said that we know of earlier because the journal reports that multiple sources close to Musk believe that the true number of kids is actually much higher than 14. But whatever the number may be, Musk reportedly calls his offspring collectively a legion, an apparent reference to the military units of the Roman Empire, such as when he reportedly told St. Clair during her pregnancy, to reach legion level before the apocalypse, we will need to use surrogates. With him there referencing his conviction that declining birth rates will lead to civilizational collapse unless people just start popping out babies, which is typically a right-wing belief known as pronatalism. Though notably, according to the journal, one source said that Musk is concerned not just about low birth rates in rich countries, but also high birth rates in so-called third world countries and the disparity between them, which reportedly is why, according to multiple people close to him, he believes that educated people need to repopulate the earth with high IQ babies, and specifically through C-sections, not vaginal birth, because he also believes the latter limits brain size, which I should just know, by the way, is not supported by the evidence. In fact, there's research suggesting that vaginal birth babies have better cognition than C-section ones. But anyway, throughout this investigation, the journal paints a picture of this man who is pretty much constantly looking to impregnate women. In fact, so much so that reportedly he often looks for prospective mothers on Twitter, which is how he met St. Clair. Though at least with her, they apparently had the romance and baby talk after meeting in person. Though for others, like the cryptocurrency influencer Tiffany Fong, he allegedly just slid into her DMs like, hey, wanna have my babies? With notably the Wall Street Journal reporting there that Musk followed her last summer, and saying that sort of attention from Musk on X, where he has more than 219 million followers, sent droves of followers to Fong, which was a financial boon. Right, noting that more engagement means more earnings for her as part of a revenue sharing program for creators on X. With him then going on to say during the height of her interaction with Musk, Fong earned $21,000 on the platform in a 2-week period in November, according to a screenshot that she posted. With the journal then adding that was about when Musk sent her a direct message asking if she was interested in having his child, according to people familiar with the matter. The two had never met in person. But then adding, Fong didn't move forward with Musk because she pictured having children in a more traditional nuclear family, but confided to a few friends about the approach, including St. Clair, whom she knew as another conservative social media figure, and how she worried that turning him down could hurt her earnings. With the Wall Street Journal then reporting, once Musk learned that Fong disclosed the request to others, he chided her for not using discretion, according to the People, and unfollowed her, with him adding that contributed to a fall in her engagement and her earnings decline. But then, moving on from that, with 14 plus kids and a growing list of mothers to manage, Musk doesn't have time to handle all of it on his own. What do you mean? He's got to run Tesla, SpaceX, X, his smaller business ventures, and now Doge, and he's apparently posting memes a good chunk of the day. Right, and so with all that, he reportedly outsources much of his life to a guy by the name of Jared Birchall. Right, he's essentially been described as, Elon's right-hand man, his fixer, his consigliere, the Carl to his Logan Roy, with him managing Elon's fortune, assembling the team that helped Musk buy Twitter, and helping organize a $250 million effort to get Trump elected. But also, according to reports, more quietly, he also runs Musk's family office, which is said to entail stuff like acquiring the property for a compound in Austin, Texas, where Musk reportedly wanted his entire harem of baby mamas and their kids to all live. And apparently, at least Zillis lives there, but Grimes refused. And then, according to the journal, Birchall also manages a complex web of privacy and financial agreements between Musk and his various lovers, both current and former, which according to documents and sources often get signed under threat of punishment. So allegedly, Musk pays some money for the childcare expenses, but also throws in non-disclosure clauses. And then, if the mothers push back or seek outside counsel, Musk's advisors, including Birchall, allegedly threaten them with financial retribution. And so for St. Clair, for example, the journal reports that Musk offered her $15 million for a home and living expenses, plus $100,000 a month until the first child turned 21. With him also there allegedly demanding complete and total silence about the kid and
Mr. Mime, isn't it Mr. Mime?
Notably, she says she never signed that agreement, nor did she obey Birchall's warning not to hire her own attorney. So with that, she says she did agree to keep Musk's name off the birth certificate. But really, that part didn't matter because the New York Supreme Court eventually compelled him to take a paternity test, which all but confirmed confirmed it's his child. Now, as far as why he's allegedly so obsessive about secrecy, there are a few possible reasons. First, Musk reportedly texted St. Clair that revealing he's the father would be dangerous because he's the number 2 after Trump for assassination, with him reportedly adding only the paranoid survive. Second, Birchall allegedly told her that the NDA was necessary because, quote, we've been through way too many issues where to not sign some agreement associated with handing over $15+ million is absolutely insane and irresponsible, and because we have dealt with some very unstable, mentally unstable people that all of a sudden misremember things. But then third, reportedly Birchall also seemed to suggest that Musk just didn't want anything about his private life getting out. True or false? They're being reported that he said that Musk cannot allow people to just go and share his life information because he is the biggest lightning rod on the entire planet. But whatever the reason, Birchall reportedly said in December that privacy and confidentiality is the top of the list in every aspect of Musk's life. Every aspect in his entire world is set up to be like a meritocracy. And explaining that benefits flow when people do good work. So when you combine these two facts, that Musk apparently wants to have as many babies as possible, and he tries to keep as many of those babies a secret, you begin to see why people think that he may have more than just 14 kids. But arguably, that's not even the main headline of the story. Because really, if you look out, more people are focusing on the way that he allegedly bribes, threatens, and gags women to get them to do what he wants. Which, has a lot of people saying that it adds to a vast mountain of reporting on his, let's say, questionable sexual conduct. Right, last June, for example, the Journal reported on several female SpaceX employees who
so much
claimed that
colorless.
Musk made advances on them, starting with one college intern he reportedly slept with, broke up with, and offered a job on the company's executive team, and frequently texted late at night inviting her over to his LA mansion while she was working for him. Then there was that SpaceX flight attendant who claimed that Musk exposed himself to her and offered to buy her a horse in exchange for sex acts. Next, you had a woman who claimed as she was leaving the company that Musk asked her to have his babies, as well as a woman who claimed that she had a month-long sexual relationship with Musk while she reported directly to him. With that reportedly ending badly as she sent her recriminations over text and email, as well as an NDA. Now, of course, with that, it needs to be noted that Musk denies the allegations of wrongdoing, but then also, more specifically today, in regards to the most recent Wall Street Journal report, thus far, it appears that the only thing he has had to say is that TMZ is greater than the Wall Street Journal. But, ultimately, that is where we are right now. Obviously, we're going to keep our eyes peeled for updates, whether it's a big response or yet another secret baby mama. And of course, in the meantime, I would love to know your thoughts on this weird mess. But then, going from that to very different news, did Mr. Beast just have his very own Willy Wonka Glasgow or Fire Festival experience? Right, that is what many are asking right now, because both he and Resorts World Las Vegas are facing backlash for what was advertised as an immersive Mr. Beast experience, but it only ended up disappointing attendees. Right, and so as far as what we know, the experience took place at Resorts World on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And according to a previous report from The Hollywood Reporter, fans could book a 3-night stay at the hotel and receive a mystery bag of exclusive Mr. Beast merch and goodies, with one fan winning a $10,000 gift voucher. Restaurants at the resort were also set to offer themed food and drinks, and a since-removed website for the event promised a series of on-site activations and an immersive experience for guests. But then, those who attended told local news that they're seeking refunds because it was such a disaster. But according to 8 News Now in Vegas, the experience cost around $1,000, but one guest told the outlet that there were no mini games or photo ops or special foods or really anything you would expect this kind of function. But then another source telling Fox 5 that they went to 3 restaurants asking about the special menus and activations, and no one knew what they were talking about. And during check-in, the hotel reportedly told guests to wait in their rooms for their mystery boxes to arrive, so some waited for 24 hours anticipating a big surprise. But that box, it reportedly just ended up including chocolate and assorted merchandise, with one person getting kid shorts and an extra small shirt, a medium shirt, and a hat. But with that person claiming that the items were far from exclusive and currently in the clearance section of Mr. Beast's store. And it was also really interesting watching all the TikTok videos that were being made by the attendees. And so with everything being a mess, you had some guests gathering in the lobby to voice their concerns, even speaking to the CEO of Resorts World. But also, many have said that they weren't given enough in compensation, with one mom who took her son for his birthday telling 8 News.
Their ultimate resolution for all the way across the board was $50 food and beverage credit for 2 different outlets. This experience has been nothing short of horrible. That's the only experience that we've had.
You also had other guests telling the outlet that they're considering suing to get their money back, with one also adding, if Jimmy is part of this, I hope he feels good for scamming a whole bunch of adults and their children. That's how you get subscribers? Cool. And another person telling Fox 5 in Vegas, it makes Las Vegas look bad. It makes Resorts World look bad. It makes Mr. Beast look bad. They gave us an experience, all right, a real bad one. And so with all this, you had a lot of people on TikTok sharing their experiences, calling it a scam, with also, notably here, a person ended up tweeting at Mr. Beast about the ordeal, writing, yo, Mr. Beast, I'm at Resorts World doing your experience, and it's been 24 hours and nothing. Where's the experience? Is there gonna be any activities or anything? Waiting in room, LOL. And here, the big update is that Mr. Beast actually replied, saying, hey, this definitely isn't the experience we hope they deliver. My team's already on it. I'd love to personally make it up to you and anyone else by inviting everybody affected to tour my actual studio. Can't wait to meet you all, and my team is reaching out to everyone. And so for now, we're gonna have to wait to see what happens next, and I mean that on multiple fronts. One, if we get more information about how this happened, to who is around the experience specifically, because based off of Mr. Beast's response, it sounds like Resorts World or a group that was supposed to work with Resorts World was supposed to be responsible for the experience, as well as 3, if the Mr. Beast team is going to be able to coordinate all the tours. I don't know if they're going to be part of the refunds or what else is going to happen. And then I've got more news for you in just a moment, but first, you know, I really ought to thank you for trusting us to wade through the chaos of the daily news cycle. It seems like everyone occupies a different reality these days, and we strive to break through echo chambers to bring you the story behind the headlines. You know, one of the critical tools that we use to see the bigger picture is Ground News, a fantastic sponsor of today's show. And that because, unlike other news sites, Ground News delivers multiple perspectives on each story to hedge against reporting biases, and you can see for yourself at ground.news/DeFranco. Right, recently, we've been tracking recession expectations in the wake of Trump's trade wars, and it turns out more than 60% of CEOs expect a recession in the next 6 months. And as always, the left and right discrepancies, they're somewhat telling. You know, for instance, left-leaning NBC News reports that half of CEOs surveyed forecast double-digit percentage increases in costs. Then more centrist outlets like Fortune are highlighting how some tariff supporters are questioning the president's strategy. With, you know, uncertainty rattling markets and business leaders across the political spectrum, it's very interesting how this angle, I mean, hasn't been covered by the right thus far. And that is where Ground News' blind spot feed helps by highlighting stories ignored by one side of the spectrum, like this one, so you can catch what others miss. And so it's really no wonder why they've got 10,000 plus 5-star reviews. So hey, scan the QR code or head to ground.news/DeFranco today to get 40% off unlimited access to the Vantage plan, which is the same plan that I use. But then, next up today, let's talk about China now facing some 245% tariffs from the United States. Right, and that, according to a fact sheet that the White House released yesterday, which states that the number is a result of China's retaliatory actions. So notably, the 245% number is not all-encompassing, and the fact sheet itself also clarifies that these are not new tariffs. Instead, they're just saying that in addition to the 145% general tariff on most Chinese goods, there's another 7.5 to 100% increase on specific items that have been around for a while. Or with, for example, the fact sheet breaking it down saying, quote, this includes a 125% reciprocal tariff, a 20% tariff to address the fentanyl crisis, and Section 301 tariffs on specific goods between 7.5 and 100%. So it's not exactly new per se, but the fact sheet did point to new actions that the president has taken in the ongoing trade war. Or with notably, for example, him signing executive orders yesterday that launched an investigation into the national security risks posed by U.S. reliance on imported processed critical minerals and their derivative products. You know, that meant to examine which parts of the U.S. supply chain are vulnerable to foreign market disruptions, give recommendations on how to bolster domestic production, and if any new tariffs need to be levied, they would fall into the reciprocal tariff rate. And the big thing that the administration is especially worried about is rare earth elements, with the fact sheet even pointing out processed critical minerals and their derivative products are key building blocks of our defense industrial base and integral to applications such as jet engines, missile guidance systems, advanced computing, radar systems, advanced optics, and secure communications equipment. And this is in addition to, you know, the defense industry. Pretty much all modern tech, it relies on these materials at some point in its supply chain. I mean, it's one of the few things that many experts agree that the U.S. needs to get going ASAP, even if producing them here would be costly. And that especially because clearly the United States and China aren't getting along right now, and it just so happens that nearly all refinement and production of rare earth materials happens in China, as well as other key materials. So even though the U.S. has a lot of these minerals at home in the ground, such as one of the biggest known lithium deposits in California, we don't actually have a way to make it usable at home. And what you've already seen is China using this weak point in the trade war by banning the export of gallium, germanium, and antimony to the U.S. Not to mention banning a whole other group of materials and magnets from being exported at all. And you know, much of this stuff, it's in production lines all across the globe, so even countries that the U.S. may be working on some kind of trade deal with, such as Japan, they're going to be heavily affected. And this is also a sign that China is switching up how it's engaging in this trade war, because before it was just matching U.S. tariffs with its own, but after things started getting to over 100%, they just laugh. And I mean that almost literally. They described Trump's policies as a joke, and the State Council Customs Tariff Commission then announced last week that they would actually be reducing tariffs on American goods from 125% to 84%, and that, quote, given that there is no longer any possibility of market acceptance for U.S. goods exported to China under the current tariff levels, if the U.S. side subsequently continues to impose tariffs on Chinese goods exported to the U.S., the Chinese side will pay no attention to it. Or in layman's terms, the tariffs are already so high that adding more isn't going to do anything. At the current level, Chinese people already aren't buying U.S. goods. So if tariffs aren't the answer to fight back, the question becomes what is, and there we saw them banning exports, and other parts of China have followed that lead. With, for example, the Hong Kong Post announcing it was suspending mail services to the U.S. And notably, lots of companies use post services like that to send their goods to the United States, especially those that rely on the de minimis exemption. Like that rule that if a shipment is less than $800, it can essentially bypass tariffs. But starting May 2nd, that's going away, right? And all of these policy changes have also given Chinese President Xi Jinping leverage in positioning China as a new leader in free trade. Right? I mean, over the past few days, he's been visiting Vietnam and Malaysia, and during his visit, he signed some agreements with Vietnam that would strengthen their supply chains and open up Chinese markets to Vietnamese agricultural exports. And the deal between these two countries is kind of big. Like, as of late, they've been friendly, but that was not always the case, and the two even had a short war back in 1979 that caused issues between the two for decades. So with these agreements, we saw Xi saying in a statement, as beneficiaries of economic globalization, both China and Vietnam should strengthen strategic resolve, jointly oppose unilateral bullying acts, uphold the global free trade system, and keep global industry and supply chains stable. Though Trump had a very different view of the meeting, claiming that it was a way to figure out how to screw the United States of America. And the thing there is, if he feels like that about a single trade agreement between Vietnam and China, he's gonna get pissed when he hears about the plan for the Malaysia portion of the trip. Xi is expected to work out a deal between China and ASEAN, which is an association of countries in the region. With this also saying the General Secretary of the association saying, we will bring more tariffs down to zero in many cases and then expand to all the areas. So essentially, they're working out a free trade agreement. With this trip also notably a chance for Xi to portray China as a responsible superpower compared to the US, constantly shifting its policies. You know, I will say, just to be clear here, that's not all Trump's fault. But yes, he has done decades worth of policy shifts in just a few months. But also, you know, having new administrations, often with opposite stances on issues every 4 years, it puts a strain on countries like China, which highly value stability. Granted, it's at the cost of democracy and rights, but you can't argue against the, I guess, the consistency of it all. Also, what's kind of crazy about this whole situation is everything that we've talked about, it's just a handful of the developments going on in this trade war. Like, for example, there are also ways that Chinese producers are trying to offset how damaging the tariffs are, because just a 35% tariff, that largely means that any margin a US producer would save by buying their goods, it's quickly eroded. So with that, we've seen factories themselves taking to social media to try and sell directly to US consumers, with many of them claiming to be where big name brands make their products, right? So they can offer them to consumers directly for less and still make a buck themselves.
Do you recognize this style, this bag? Of course you do. For the past more than 30 years, we have been the OEM factory for most of the luxury brands around the world. Gucci, Prada, Coach, Louis Vuitton, you name it. We will always be the best OEM factory for luxury brands. Why don't you just contact us and buy from us? You won't believe the prices we give you.
With even household items being sold like this now, such as laundry pods. So to be clear here, I'm not saying that every single one of these videos is real and that is where the item is actually manufactured for every single brand that's being mentioned. But even that, I mean, that's just with talking about China. Elsewhere around the world, other countries are also making their own moves to target the US, with possibly one of the most impactful being the EU's plan to tariff things other than physical goods. Right, the reality is in that the grand scheme of things, the US doesn't actually produce a lot of physical items outside of high-tech things. And instead, much of the economy, it revolves around services and software, such as things like Microsoft Windows and other various cloud services that Google offers, all of which the EU is exploring how to tariff. And that specifically could dramatically affect one of the few areas that the US has a massive trade surplus, especially if other countries follow suit. But we'll have to wait to see what happens there, because the EU and US are supposed to discuss tariffs pretty soon here, although European officials aren't hopeful. But hey, this is constantly evolving, or better put, the ground is constantly shifting, so we have no idea how things are ultimately going to play out, though if things stay on this trend, it does seem like many things are going to be more expensive pretty soon, and experts are increasingly predicting that we're heading towards a recession. And then we'll get to more news you need to know in just a moment, but you know, look, the truth is, personal details like your full name, address, your phone number, they're being sold by data brokers without you even knowing it. And I mean, it's scary how much information they're able to collect and sell, putting you at risk. Right behind every click and search is a massive data industry that most of us don't even realize. And this is, you actually have the legal right to tell these companies to delete your stuff, but I mean, doing it yourself, it could literally take you years. And that is exactly why I started using today's sponsor, Incogni. Right? They do all the heavy lifting by finding, then reaching out to these sketchy data brokers, demanding they remove your personal data, and handling all their BS excuses and objections. And data brokers, they're not just collecting basic contact information, they are tracking shopping habits, search history, medical interests, even data on your family. I mean, it's a small example, but when researching our last vacation, I was suddenly flooded with credit card offers or travel rewards. You know, with Incogni doing the heavy lifting, I've had my data cleared from hundreds of brokers, saving me countless hours of frustration, and the peace of mind, priceless. So hey, do this for yourself today. Just scan the QR code or head to incogni.com/DeFranco and use code DeFranco to get 60% off. That's incogni.com/DeFranco, code DeFranco, to take your personal data off the market before things get even weirder. But then, to shift gears from that to a very different kind of news, I want to talk to you about this news involving a missing toddler and a hero dog. Because reportedly at around 5 p.m. on Monday in Arizona, a 2-year-old boy by the name of Bowden disappeared from his parents' home in his pajamas. You know, then prompted a massive search operation. I mean, we're talking 40 search and rescue team members, several deputies from local sheriff's offices, and even some members of the Arizona Department of Public Safety. There were teams on foot, teams on off-road vehicles, and there were even helicopters out all night looking for this little boy. And the big thing is that this area is especially dangerous with all the wildlife. I mean, mountain lions, coyotes, even the occasional bear. With then, after 15 hours with no luck, Bowden turned up at a ranch 7 miles away from his parents' house, where the rancher, Scotty Dutton, found him thanks to his dog. Because it turns out that Scotty's dog, an Anatolian Pyrenees named Buford, patrols the ranch to keep out coyotes, and he found the little boy and escorted him for at least almost a mile straight to Scotty himself. With Scotty saying, I got into my truck to go to town and I see Buford walking down the side of the fence with a little blonde kid with him. I had heard about the missing child this morning, so I knew it was him. Scotty, adding that Bowden was pretty upset, but in good shape, and he curled up under a tree in Scotty's horse pasture to sleep the night before. When he brought the little boy inside and gave him some food and water, Scotty asked Bowden if Buford had found him, to which he said yes. With Scotty saying, it's what he does. He loves kids, so I can imagine he wouldn't leave him when he found him. And adding, it was a relief that he was alive. I was ecstatic that he was okay and that my dog found him. You know, the fact that this little boy made it through the night and walked as far as he did, it's kind of astounding. With Scotty saying, he went through some rough country. It's all mountains and canyons and boulder piles, and it's rough for adults, let alone for 2-year-old kids. He did a remarkable job to go 7 miles like he did. And adding, I told him, buddy, you're the toughest little 2-year-old I've ever seen. With Bowden responding, yep. And notably, according to the county sheriff department spokesperson, cases like this winding up with a happy ending, it's a rarity. Which is also why I'm happy to add that Scotty has promised to give Buford a steak dinner for his heroics. But then, finally today, let's talk about y'all's comments on yesterday's show and also give a congratulations. And I'll start with a congratulations. Congrats to Christina F., SeatGeek's latest weekly winner, who just scored $500 in tickets and is using it to go see My Chemical Romance. And for the rest of y'all, that's right, SeatGeek is still giving away $500 in tickets, and you should definitely enter today if you haven't already. I mean, just imagine being the next winner and snagging $500 towards seeing your favorite artist, sporting event, or play. I mean, there's over 70,000 events to choose from. And all you gotta do is add code PDS to your SeatGeek app profile for a chance at the weekly $500 prize. No purchase necessary. You know, it's a win-win. Get in on it. But with that said, let's talk about those comments. Right, in those comments, there were a lot of conversations happening around that 81-year-old woman who was a waitress, didn't have enough money to retire. You know, a random TikToker comes by, they end up raising over $300,000 for her. You know, while many were kind of relieved to see some sort of positive outcome happen here, you also had most just kind of horrified by the fact that it needed to happen in the first place. Right, with Kathleen Mowry, for example, saying, it's so dystopian to me that instead of us paying more taxes or reforming the social security system, people have to use GoFundMe to let an 80-plus-year-old retire. Others saying the feel-good story of the day is actually soul-crushing, saying what's wrong with a country when a woman working her whole life still cannot retire at 81, devastating. And others adding, the fact that an 81-year-old has to keep on working until they die while Trump spends $26 million on golfing so far in his second term makes me want to cry. You know, with this, I will say this is where I have a hard time with. It's kind of like a third of the kind of good news stories or stories that have like a BAMF of the day. Because the unfortunate reality is so many of the so-called good things, they really highlight just how fucking shitty things are and like the way things should not be. Like, I'm not enlightening you when I say, you know, it feels like depending on where we are in this world, there's just various hellscapes playing out around every corner. But there's a reason it's not coming out of nowhere that a meaningful percentage of the US public reacted in a positive way when someone shot the CEO of a healthcare company in the back of the head. Or do you think it highlights how angry people are about how unjust and wrong so many different facets of our lives are? But also at the same time, we are actively living in this society together. So when we look at these various situations, whether it's an old woman that isn't able to retire and someone trying to do right by her, or, you know, someone getting like a cancer treatment fixed because of a GoFundMe, which shouldn't be the fucking case. Like, it should be, like, I know I'm largely preaching to the choir here, like universal health care should be a thing. It's something that I've actively preached for years and years. And so while so many people shouldn't be in the situations they're in, dealing with the struggles that they're having to go through, it does give me a little inkling of hope. You know, we get to see people coming together to help a stranger. But then at the same time, it's complicated because I feel this horrible feeling in my stomach because I'm like, this shouldn't have even been a problem. So we often find ourselves in the situation where this is kind of the more popular mainstream way to talk about it, where at the same time we are talking about and preaching that there shouldn't be a fucking baby crusher machine, highlighting when all the anti-baby crusher machine people pitch in together to make sure a baby didn't get crushed. And maybe you could tell from me talking about it, it's all just an emotional clusterfuck. And so much of it, I mean, it's not that simple, but so much of it gets tied into the fact that billionaires shouldn't exist. I know, what a Phil hates success. I should be rooting for the billionaires because who knows, maybe it could be me. Hoarding an amount of wealth I couldn't spend in a million lifetimes while people fight for table scraps and I use my money to, I don't know, impregnate a random internet girl at $15 million of poppers and Katy Perry to space. But no, I'm being a little bit extra. The real war that's playing out there are the haves and the have-nots. And many of those who have hoarded wealth and power, they've just done a fantastic job in dividing people on other random bullshit. But that, my friends, you beautiful bastards, is where your Wednesday evening, Thursday morning dive into the news is going to end. Thank you for watching. Remember, I got a brand new show for you every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I love yo faces, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.
Ever seen Dark Month? A Snowball Month.
I know you have a dark muck already.
Think so?
Today we are building the very first ever Pokemon card library. Not as big as this library. Now here's the thing, I'm talking every Pokemon card ever in this library. But there's just one little problem. I do not own every Pokemon card. There is a lot of Pokemon cards out there. Now I'll get back to that problem here in a bit, but first let's go ahead and start building the Pokemon card library. Guess what we have to do?
What do we have to do?
Yo, I have all the. I need the fucking empty leaflets. I need the.
We have to go pick up over 100 Pokemon card binders.
We're so heavy.
All different colors.
Good luck.
So we gotta go pick it up at BCW, and BCW is actually kind of like weirdly, the headquarters is located like not far from us. So we're actually gonna go to the headquarters and pick up over 100 trading card binders. And yep, here it is, boxes and boxes of trading card binders. You can see the entire Jeep is just full, but they're all different colors. Yeah, so basically it's all this style right here. Now, back to that problem that we had here. Now, building a Pokemon card library has been a dream of mine for quite a while, but more so, I want to document building this Pokemon card library. Now, when I say document, I mean I want to go out there, I want to find these Pokemon cards, and I want to hear the stories behind them. Yes, we may sit behind the desk, open up some booster packs, and add in some cards to the library that way, but I want to do something that's never been done before. I want to document finding every English Pokemon card ever made. Whew, what am I getting myself into? All right, so I want to record this just so I have it documented. Hey Siri, what day is it?
It's Tuesday, March 7th, 2023.
I want to collect every Pokemon card. You know, we start adding in all the Japanese cards as well. That becomes a lot. So there are going to be some rules. We're focusing solely on Pokemon card sets. And as long as we have one copy of the artwork, that's perfectly fine. So we don't really need to worry about first editions or reverse hollows. But if we come across some, we're definitely going to try to add them to the binders. This is a binder for every English Pokemon card set to ever have been released. And for all the future Pokemon card sets that have yet to be released. The thing about this journey is, it's not going to be over anytime soon. We're gonna go on this journey together, Breaking Family, and then I want to try to make a trade for some of these cards. I'm excited to meet some new people. I'm excited to hear the stories behind how these cards were acquired. We're gonna try to find them anywhere. So this brand new series titled series right here on this channel, debuting very soon. If you like hidden Pokemon cards, you're definitely gonna like this. Now, we've already had unforgettable moments right here on this channel, and all the cards that we have pulled on this channel so far will be put into those binders. Anything that I have previously owned before I started this YouTube channel will not be considered part of the library because it was not documented. But like I said, we've already had unbelievable moments right here on this channel, and all those cards are just waiting to be put inside of the Pokemon card library. If you had a favorite moment of this channel, let me know down in the comments. Some journeys are longer than others, so, and that's okay. But I don't know, this just seems like so much fun, and it's always been a dream of mine to just have every Pokemon card, right? The memories, maybe you opened it up, maybe it was your first pack, maybe, you know, it was the first time you pulled an EX, a GX, a V. There's so much behind it, and so much history behind all these cards, that I just want to have a library. When you have friends come over, right? Friends, family come over, maybe there's a specific card that means a lot to them that they haven't seen in years that you could just easily pull out and be like, here, this is the card you're talking about. This was our test binder. This is also a BCW. Kind of got a little bit of a Pokeball look to it, but this was our test binder to make sure that all of the BCW binders were going to fit in here and that we'd have enough space for all of them. But we have a bunch of different colors of these binders, and these are actually the Z Folio LX 9-pocket binders right here. Z Folio LX. They're about $26 a piece, but when you bought 6 or more, it brought them down to about $20 a piece, and then there was a 10% off on top of that. You think we should go like this in set order, or go from top to bottom in set order? I feel like
I think I would go across.
Yeah, I think eventually what I want to do is I want to get like informational sheets.
Look at this.
And put them on the inside.
Stack.
That would show like the release date, how many cards are in the set, kind of like a breakdown of the
interesting.
set. So like a little bit of informational thing. I mean, it's a library, right? Like a literal library. My favorite color. All right, so we got to go through the process of
Dark Ablaze.
taking them out of the wrapper.
I don't even know
Big
what that
coat
looks like.
right over here that we're putting all the trash in. And then we open it up, and inside there is 3 pieces of tissue paper, one in the front, one in the middle, and then one in the back. So we have to go through all 107 binders. This is coming along very, very nice.
How to make sticker with Sticker App is easy. First, make design. Then go to stickerup.com. Take a mouse and click Make Custom Stickers. Drop design. Improve your cut line. Choose nice material, many fancy stuff. Look, it's rainbow. Select quantities and size. For special effect, type in the comment field and Sticker App people will make it for you. Add to cart. Wait for stickers to arrive. Enjoy stickers.
Just for documentation purposes, 7:08 p.m. Saturday, March 11th, 2023. Okay, so since we don't have labels on the binders yet, I am just writing each set on this little post-it note, and every set will be represented within this certain cube. Okay, so we've been sitting at the table sorting cards from the bulk boxes. It wasn't until about the, end of the Sun and Moon era when I really started to organize binders and stuff like that. Marie loves Flashfire. You've been sorting, organizing over here. Here is all the bulk boxes that we have to go through. It's a lot. Marie has decided that she's gonna work on the Flashfire binder, your favorite set, so we're gonna kind of come over here and find Flashfire, which is going to be...
That's not the uncommon binder.
Flashfire, boom, 7, the teal binder.
Really?
Yeah. So there you go. And you have the list pulled up on your MacBook right over there. And we'll start putting in the cards. Now I have a stack of Generations. There's the Generations set logo right down here. Obviously I have more Generations, but here's a little stack right here. And we're gonna look for Generations, which should be around, boom, this era. 5, 6, 7, purple binder. So boom, put that right there. All the ultra rares and higher that I have are going to be in a separate storage location. So Metapod, obviously number 4. Obviously had to mention this one. Tomokazu Kamiya, my favorite artist. Lots of blank spots, but as we go through the bulk boxes more, the binders will start to get a lot more full. Update, it is 12:41 on March 12th. We were working for, I don't know, how long was that? 5 hours, I feel like? Just sorting and filing cards away. I mean, we're not even like
sorting and filing
3
cards
p.m.
away
Sunday,
for 5
March
hours.
12th, 2023. We have another box, 5,000 count
Yo,
box,
look how many
and
the dogs-
I believe, don't mind the dog hair in here.
What the fuck?
I believe a lot of this box is going to have rares inside of it. Like, look, we got a Alolan
He's
Marowak
screwed.
right here, reverse hollow rare. Probably should be another rare behind it. Yeah, look at that. Oranguru reverse hollow rare. So back at it again, Tuesday, March 14th, 3:26 p.m. Actually, it's Pi Day. And Marie, what binder are you working on?
I'm working on Unbroken Bonds.
Unbroken Bonds. This stack that I just did was so random. So many different sets. Look at that. Deoxys right up there. And there is just piles and piles. Now, all of this stuff, obviously, it's in here because it has a story. I've documented it on the channel at some point. Marie, what's the update on that binder over there?
Still working on Unbroken Bonds.
So the Aquapolis binder is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purple binder. Added the first bit of Aquapolis cards in the Aquapolis binder. Right here, you can see the e-reader along the edges. Oh, and the Vulpix as well, but we still have all of this to do.
This is an inspired Go salad, and it makes healthy eating super easy. As you see, it's packaged in a unique way with one goal in mind: to keep things fresh and end the days of eating soggy salads. Let me show you how it works. First, it's completely sealed, which means you can throw it in your bag and not worry about it falling apart. You just peel, add the homemade dressing, flip the lid over, shake it up, and you have a restaurant quality.
At this point, it is time to move on to ultra rares, full arts, secret rares, all of that kind of stuff. And this is where I keep anything like that. I try to keep them all separated, but here is just a new kind of storage one that I'm working on. This one over here is already completely full, as you can see. And then I have binders that I have to go through that have random ultra rares. It's just, there's a lot. Now, even though there's other cards that still need to be sorted when it comes to just like regular holo rares and that kind of stuff, I need to move on to ultra rares and secret rares and all that kind of stuff. So it is time to get to work. A bunch of ultra rares have been sorted out, ready to go in binders. The stacks are based off of which set they are in. So right here we got Burning Shadows inside of this stack. Got Primal Clash, Shining Legends, a very big stack of Team Up, one of my favorite sets from the Sun and Moon era. And then, of course, plenty more. And there's actually still more ultra rares, full art, secret rares to sort that are in binders and other spots in the house. But so far, this is what I've gotten done. Got to go through this binder. And also, by the way, a new update, 6:39 p.m. on Monday, March 20th. Still working on this library, but the binder, this binder right here, the cards inside are mainly going to consist of XY era and then early Sun and Moon era. Now, this is no particular set. This is just a bunch of different sets in one binder. Seeing what we can add to the Pokemon card library. Look at that right there. We got the Silver Dialga EX. Now I have to say that is a lot of gold Pokemon cards. Got all the cards sorted out from that orange binder that you just saw by set. And now I'm jumping into another binder that I haven't looked in for quite some time. And this binder, I believe, is just full of just regular ultra rares from various different sets. I believe there is also some promos in here. So right now I'm taking every single one of you to the middle of a pizza shop. That's right, the middle of a pizza shop to do an epic Pokemon trade. This is a glimpse of the new Pokemon card series. You're not gonna believe
What
this.
is going on?
Because he probably called it something and then chose to go with something else.
To a shopping mall because we're actually going to make a deal to get some missing Pokemon cards for the library. This is going to be kind of like a preview to this upcoming and continuing series that you'll see here on the channel, which I'm not going to say the name. You'll see that name in the very first episode, but this is like a preview. So we're meeting up with some familiar faces that you might have seen in our Pokemon Night series at our local Pokemon League. We're going to go through some vintage Pokemon cards and then hopefully work out a deal. As you can see, we are here at an outdoor shopping mall.
Are you ready? Yeah.
Do you like puzzles, Mr. Wolf?
Should we go over the plan again?
Plan?
Google Pixel 9a with Admin. Now you can take the photo and be in the photo. Nice.
And we're supposed to meet here in this parking lot back here. But we're gonna go through binders and stuff. And I think we need to find like an inside spot where we can sit down because it is 36 degrees right now, and I don't want to be standing outside. Hey, how's it going? You got cards? You got Pokemon cards?
Got a lot of cards.
Oh, yes. Okay, so I wanted to get your thoughts here for a second. What do you think about going over to Panera Bread?
Panera Bread?
Sitting inside so we're not in the cold.
Yeah, we can. I was gonna say, we could also, like, if you guys like pizza.
Before we, you know, work out Pokemon card stuff, we gotta get some food. Decisions. Oh, the old zero sugar cheese pizza.
Another one of these then? Okay, that pile's done. All that's left is that.
Do not proceed with that yet. Gotta do some thinking.
Me grieving. Be doing a chunk out of that.
Look. Everything in that pile.
You haven't even touched the phone logging list.
Listen. Everything in that pile.
Those cards
This
need to
white
be
binder,
logged.
This white binder in front of us is the common binder. Do you
These
see any
cards
fucking way
need
to
to be
fit more
logged.
damn cards in this binder?
You need to. That's your mission. It's your mission. Yeah, I can't let you get caught behind. The cards are never gonna get logged if we don't log them now. You do have a lot of cards, bro. Yeah, yeah, sup it.
Page separate.
Pages you have.
See how full the binder is? It's no good. It's at its maximum capacity. We need another white binder.
Do you have any binders that are empty?
Yes. But it shouldn't be used for that.
Well, too bad. We don't have a choice right now. This is an emergency. It can always be transferred back after removable page.
She's chunked out. She's at capacity. We need another big white binder.
How many cards I just clocked in.
Let's check this one.
Put your...
You already clocked all these in?
Yeah. And put your packs in there.
Really? I had no fighting energy?
2.
Oh yeah, there you go.
oils. What next? Trader cards. Where that smaller pile is. Those are all uncommon and common trainer cards.
Yeah.
Or item support,
These are
item
non-holo.
tool.
Non-holo trainer cards.
Can't believe you got a Lugia.
Future booster energy capsule. Ancient booster energy capsule.
Okay. One's old. One's alright. Like the other one's probably. That's fucking.
Oh fuck.
We know people. We got this last pile now. This pile. Before I even get into that pile. That's so such a humongous pile.
Oh my god, this binder's not even sorted. That's the overflow binder. If you don't fall asleep.
I'm not falling asleep.
Yeah, I heard you start snoring in front of me.
It's just the room is comfortable.
You
No,
just kind
you
of
have to. Those
Nibbled
are
on.
processed.
you just kind of had little bites, and we're gonna look at cards. We're gonna see what's going on here, and we're gonna try to work out some sort of deal so I can add these to the Pokemon card library. You definitely you brought the stacks, the stacks with you, and so did you. Yours is very well organized here.
Yeah.
Aquapolis binder right here. Now, it's not every Aquapolis card, but Flophouse cards can be a little bit difficult to come by. It's one of the last Wizards of the Coast set. We see Golduck right there. I think there's an Eevee on the next page. Yes, look at this. Eevee right there in the corner. It just keeps going. Oh, I love these cards so much.
A Tim's Donut and Coffee is the original collab. And now, buy any size original or dark roast coffee and get a classic donut for $1. An iconic deal on the iconic duo with a Tim's Dollar Donut. Order on the Tim's app today.
It's time for Tim's. Je t'ai rejoint pour prendre part à un grand projet.
Tu es là, ici, et prêt à te battre.
Bienvenue dans la rébellion.
Endor, saison 2, disponible dès le 22 avril, seulement sur Disney+.
I don't know what you can see on camera, but you can see like the black dots right there. It's all about what you prefer, what your preference is when it comes to building a binder.
Is this like a marketplace or? Marketplace, yeah. Because to be honest with you, actually, I was going there to buy a GameCube and GameCube games, and then she ended up having all these cards. So yeah, I asked her how much she wants for everything. Well,
Was this like a childhood collection, you know?
Yes,
it was a childhood collection. Wait, so I was thinking that if we are building a Pokemon card library, I feel like we gotta change the entire studio. Yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. Change the entire studio. All right, make sure this is good to go. That we got it documented. Breaking Family. Old studio. I gotta say, I'm kind of sad to see it go. Built it in 2020, but I've also changed my studio many times over the years, and I like to change it as I grow as a person, and just kind of, I have different vibes throughout, each year, and so I just kind of try to match the studio with how I'm feeling at that current moment in my life, and I think it's time. I think it's time to change the studio. We've had a lot of good memories in this studio. Now it's going to be the same room. However, it's going to be very different. This particular studio is where we hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So definitely some memories in it, and a tear is kind of coming down here. But, like I say, when one door closes, another door opens. And so we're closing the door on this studio, and saying we appreciate you being with us the past few years, and obviously you'll never be forgotten. I think I've talked all I can talk, trying to postpone me having to tear a lot of this down, but it's time, and I'm excited. I'm excited for the future, for the continuation of the journey that we are about to go on. And we open the door to the new studio. Also, this poster is one of my favorite Pokemon posters of all time. For some reason, what I love about it, obviously the nostalgia. I went and saw this in theaters when it came out, but I don't know, I just got the sense of just like everybody just coming together. Now, originally with this light right here, my intention was to have it on in every video, but as I kept using it, I felt like it was kind of distracting. But if you go back to when we first did this studio, you'll see that this light is on most of the time.
A bit of that
yes, the Pop-Tarts
yesterday
are still in here. This is
So
a
you
sealed,
probably put more on
a
this
sealed
than
box of
some.
Pop-Tarts from the year 2000. Always in the background right here, basically where my journey started with Pokemon. Pokemon Red, right here on the Game Boy. This is my original Game Boy from when I was a kid, and my original copy of Pokemon Red. No, there's no batteries inside of it. Got the London plushie right here that was gifted to me by the Pokemon Company. I bet that's an energy. I throw them everywhere. They get lost sometimes. I don't find them all. It's time. Now, what I have to do, because we're doing something completely different with the walls, is there is this like molding piece that just runs right in the middle of the wall. And basically it has to come raise off to the side laughing. Has already started to break apart. I can't get them around my ear. There we go. There we go, Breaking Family. Now, a few months ago, the Pokemon Company International gifted me this heal ball right here, and I thought of a really neat idea. Since we're redoing the studio, I fell in love with these replica Pokeballs from the Wand Company. This was my first one, and once I got to kind of play around with it and really see what it's all about, I absolutely loved them. But my idea required every replica Pokeball that's been released so far. Premier Ball, Friend Ball, Quick Ball, Love Ball, Cherish Ball, Ultra Ball, Great Ball, and Dusk Ball. But wait, you gotta have the regular Pokeball, and of course, the Master Ball. Now I gotta take them all out of the box. Quick change of scenery here. We were in there so long, they closed. So we had to come to another restaurant. I bought a drink since we are sitting here. Combining Neogenesis and Aquapolis together. I know you're wanting a booster box. Would you want to do a booster box of Evolving Skies for that?
We could do that.
You want to do that? You sure?
Yeah.
Do we have ourselves a deal then?
Deal.
All right, deal. This is Tomokazu, right? Of course. This is my favorite Tomokazu artwork right here. So if I was to ever meet Tomokazu and get an autograph, this would be what I would have Tomokazu sign right here. I love it. Look at the look on Slowking's face. The lightning bolt in the background, it's beautiful. Okay, so we have a lot of Aquapolis right here that I went through, picked out. A lot of reverse hollows right there. We looked at the condition of a lot of them. Nice Steelix right there. Now, I know you're a Charizard fan. Yes. And so I brought something that is Charizard related, but if you don't want it, it's perfectly fine. It is an Evolutions Elite Trainer box, steel sealed. You can see right there, completely sealed. It was upside down. I presented it to you upside down, so it is still sealed. So if you wanted to, the ETB for this stack, yeah, I don't have one.
Now that he has it, he's not going to give it back.
I think I might do it.
You gonna do it?
You've never helped it.
All right. Well, everybody, I appreciate you coming and hanging out, doing some trades. You're very happy about that. Aquapolis. So I got some Aquapolis from the binder as well. But yeah, it's been a great gathering. I've appreciated the story of where a lot of these cards came from, and now they will go safely into the Pokemon card library. That was a lot. That was a lot. We sat there for what, 3 hours between both places?
Yeah.
3 or 4? Oh, wow. We are currently in the brand new studio, and this is the Aquapolis binder. All the cards that we just got from our trade, we are adding to the binder. So you can see there is a bunch more that we have to add in. Take a look at all these nice Aquapolis cards that we are adding to the binder. Now, everything doesn't have to be absolutely mint. Just long as it's in a condition that I am happy with, it can be added to the Pokemon card library. And here it is, Breaking Family, the brand new Real Breaking Nate studio with the new Pokemon card library. A new chapter for the Breaking Family begins today. Get ready, let's go on an adventure.
Oh my god.
What?
Glow up. New Garnier UV Brightening Cream. Immediately, skin looks brighter for a visible glow.
Collect, customize, and compete. Beyblade Axe. First rates vary. Each sold separately. Subject to availability.
Oh shit.
Sorted.
What is going on? Bro, what just happened?
This binder has been sorted. Oh my gosh, right.
You did that on purpose.
This off.
No, that's a good idea. That this thing puts me to sleep and
You don't say. You think I don't see you bobbing your eyes closed, fucking right here in front of me?
So how are you gonna organize the binder?
Currently in the middle of it.
Welcome to the start of the new year.
Something like power.
Worry about yourself.
Electric with electric?
Keep at it, Peloton.
Yeah.
I'm here with you. Come on.
Like power.
Out.
Yeah.
That's the way you push through, baby. Proud of you.
Let's get closer. Let's prepare for endless possibilities. Let's run. As wild as our imagination. Let's explore. Let's go. With Trojan, Canada's thinnest condom.
Believe it or not, this box of envelopes is a Pokemon Master Set. So in this video, I'll show you how to turn this into this, a complete Pokemon Master Set. So in this video, I'll show you how to use TCG Player to order singles or a complete master set, which is what I've done here. We'll open up the product and I'll show you what you can expect to get when you start receiving your packages from TCG Player. And then we'll talk about, to get when you start receiving your packages from TCG Player. And then we'll talk about, the downsides of it. Is it worth it? And is it a viable option for completing those missing cards in your collection? So let's swap over to TCG Player and then we will open up all of our stuff and take a look at the binder at the end. Okay, so how can we use TCG Player to order a master set? First thing we're going to want to do is actually just go to tcgplayer.com. We're going to browse over to Pokemon and we're going to go to Shop All English. If you're doing a recent set, the sets might be here, but we're doing Steam Siege. So we're going to Shop All English. And under here for set, we're just going to search for Steam Siege. And there's a couple different things you can do to start adding cards here. You'll notice I have my list sorted, or my cards sorted by list view. If you sort it here, there's no real good quick add option for your cart. So I like to sort by list view. The first thing I do, and you don't have to do this, you can just go down the list. Every card is in here now. So you can go to product type cards to remove all the sealed product. And now we just have a full list of all of the cards and we can go down there and start adding. What you'll notice though is that there's a mix of conditions. So you'll see this one's lightly played, this one's near mint, moderately played, blah, blah, blah. And the reverse holos are almost never on the front page because they are more expensive than their regular counterparts. So what I like to do is go in order. I like to just start with the commons, and then I do the uncommons, the rares, and then I'll usually do all of the ultra rares, rare breaks, secret rares, all that kind of stuff where there is only one copy of the card. I like to do just in one go. But for the commons, uncommons, rares, and holo rares, which have reverse holo counterparts, I usually do those individually. So let's just do it with the commons. So I'm going to sort by common. I'm going to go to printing, and I can sort by either my normal or my reverse holo foil. So I'm just going to sort by normal, and I'm going to do condition near mint.
you know, this bulk is cheap. There's no need to try to save a penny at a time doing lightly played or anything like that. So I am just going to start going down the list and clicking add to cart. You do not need to look at the price. You don't need to look at the seller or anything. Just get them all added to your cart. TCG Player makes it very easy when everything is added to your cart to finalize the cheapest option. So I'll go ahead, and you can see I'm just moving down the list and clicking add to cart on every single card. I'll go ahead and get everything added so you don't have to watch me click, and we'll go back and I'll show you a cart that is full of the master set. Actually, let me show you first. Then you can just switch over to reverse holofoil, and you'll see now I've got my reverse holofoils listed, which are a little bit more expensive, and I'm still on my commons, but I can just do the exact same thing. Just go down and do all of my reverse holos and add those to the cart. And once that is complete for every rarity or every card or whatever, theoretically you should have in your cart the same number as the full Steam Siege master set. So let me go ahead and get that going. All right, so we have everything added. You'll see that up in our cart we have 209 cards. That's how many cards are in the Steam Siege master set. So we're going to go to our cart, and you're going to see a big total here, and if you see there, most of it is shipping charges. That's because we clicked any random thing. So we're going to want to go to cart optimize here. So we're going to optimize our cart. We want to keep our current conditions so that we stay near mint. We want to keep our current set series so that we stay in Steam Siege, and we want to keep our current rarities so that we keep our, you know, everything we selected as far as common, uncommon, rare. And then we're going to optimize our cart. So instead of getting 102 packages for our 209 cards with $131 in shipping charges, this is going to optimize our cart and consolidate it into the smallest number of packages possible. And you get a couple different options. So number one, you could do direct by TCG Player. Just like it says here on the checkboxes, this is shipped direct by TCG Player, and they have top-rated sellers or stores that have to meet very, very strict guidelines, reimburse their stock in most cases. So sometimes it'll come from different stores. In other cases, it will just come in one big package from TCG Player. Looks like in this case, it's going to come in 25 separate packages for whatever reason. In my experience, I've usually always had it come in one package from the TCG Player, like distribution center. But they will have tracking on the shipping, and they do a card condition double check where if you say it's if you selected near mint, they say they check it and make sure it's near mint. I've actually had more luck, to be honest, trusting individual sellers with condition than I have direct through TCG Player. But this can be a good option if you need something quick, if you want it trackable, and you don't mind the extra money in shipping because of it. So you can see this is $206 for every card in the master set, including our shipping. Whereas if we go here to verified sellers, we have a few more packages, but significantly lower cost in total cards and a little bit more in total shipping for about, what is that, 15 bucks of cheaper cost on the master set. Still a far cry from what we originally did. So just in the interest of keeping things as cheap as possible, what I did when ordering this master set was this option right here. So you'll see that that switches our cart over to 32 different packages from 32 different sellers. And you can scroll down here and, you know, adjust the shipping if any of them offer expedited shipping. So like some of them will offer expedited shipping if your total is beyond a certain amount. So if I needed the cards faster, I could do so. Typically expedited shipping will come with tracking as well. Most of these will not come with tracking, as we'll talk about when we check out all of these envelopes. And then that's it. For $191.69, you can have the Steam Siege Master Set through TCG Player. That doesn't include taxes or anything like that. But you'd be able to complete any master set this way. It is a little tedious adding all 209 cards, but there is a secondary option. I've never been able to make it work. It's called mass entry. So you can switch over to mass entry, and there is some sort of confusing text format that you can copy in here and click add to cart, and it's supposed to do all of that for you. I have never been able to make it work. I don't think anybody online has been able to make it work. Every time I search for it or search for some type of guide, it's just a bunch of people saying, why doesn't this work? So I believe sticking with the way I've outlined how to do it here is the easiest way to do it. So let's go ahead, and now that you know how to order on TCG Player, check out what we received, because this would take quite a long time in shipping to get to you if we just click the checkout button right now. But I've already done that, and we've got the product here. So let's go ahead and open it and check it out. So what can you actually expect after placing such a large order of singles on TCG Player? So I've got a few things that we'll talk about. Obviously, I've had to go through the envelopes just to confirm that I received everything I ordered and black out, addresses and things like that. But first, we're just going to talk about just the sheer volume of packages you will receive. And the number one thing to keep in mind is to expect long shipping times. These are not going to arrive consistently. They're not going to arrive quickly. You do have the option of paying for rush shipping in most instances. Not all shops offer it, but most do. And you can do that if you want. If it's just, a high price single, it might be worth it to you to do that. But for packages like this or large single orders, typically anytime you just pay for rush shipping from this many disparate sellers, I have 27 packages here, or I should have 27 packages here to make up this full master set. So, paying $5, $10 rush shipping for that many sellers is just not cost effective. So I placed the order for all of this at the same time on TCG Player on the 24th of June, 6/24, and received the last envelope yesterday, which was 7/26. So over a month of waiting for some of this. So I won't bore you with opening up everything, and looking at it one by one, but I did want to show you generally what you can expect. So we'll go through some of the packages here. You'll see how cards might arrive to you. Usually they're just going to arrive like this in a plain envelope with a top loader, so that the thickness of the envelope does not exceed, the post office's card machines, so that they can, just pay normal shipping with a stamp or something like that. So you'll see that usually you'll get your invoice wrapped around your cards, something like that. So we've got, let's say this order here was for 3 singles, and I got all 3. So there's a top loader here with 2 of them, and then a 3rd single taped to it and just fold it over, and you'll sometimes get nice little messages from the sellers like that. But yeah, so we're just going to go through and stack up all the cards we got. I know that there are things missing here because, like I said, I did have to confirm. Again, sometimes you'll just get it in an envelope, nothing else. The funny thing about this is, you'll get like card savers or top loaders or whatever, and be able to save a lot of the stuff that sellers send to you as packing material, and reuse them if you send your own stuff out. But again, most of what you'll find is packaged the same way. Just wrap your invoice around with what you bought, and then the card in a sleeve and a top loader. However, you should expect issues with this. So we'll talk about a big one here, being postage due in a little bit once we get to some of those packages. You can see one in the back there.
But I do want to talk about, like I said, I know that there are some cards missing in this group. There are 25 separate sellers that are, you know, packing together bulk and all that kind of stuff. You should just expect some issues. You know, there's a human element to this. People are going to make mistakes packaging these large amounts of cards. It's just going to happen, you know. And the good thing to keep in mind, at least in my experience with TCG Player, is that, to be honest, they're always really, really good at resolving issues. So a little bit of a larger order here. You can see this is just a big bulk order. Lots of reverse hollows, all that kind of stuff. And you'll sometimes get them shipped in these. I hate these things. I wish people didn't use them. I don't think they're any more protective than a top loader, but it's the same idea, just a little cardboard shipping sleeve. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to sort through the bulk or anything like that. You'll see the stack grow over here. But like I said, yeah, there's a human element to this. Just a lot of different people. These are just mostly collectors doing, like, sometimes it's a store, you know, in this case. But usually it's just collectors who are trying to make a couple bucks off of their bulk. And, you know, I expect some random element of error, to be honest. You know, cards missing here or there. Big old stack of bulk that way. See, this one just came in a combined pack. All the bulk wrapped up. Another one just, let me make sure my address isn't on this. Yeah, there's not. So that is just a single.
Step into a world of endless possibilities where you can be anything you imagine. And soon you'll come to realize that you belong here.
Card. See? Just a single non-hollow rare sent in an envelope. And that's how the orders work out sometimes. You know, you just pay a little extra in shipping for one card and don't have to pay as much in shipping for other cards. Just wrapped up in random packing material. Another card saver, packed in, cards and sleeves, that kind of stuff. Same thing here. So they usually arrive pretty well protected in my experience. I order a lot from TCG Player and have never had one, you know, arrive damaged or anything like that because of a shipping mistake or somebody not packing it well. So generally these people who are selling, you know, don't want to have you message them and say like, hey, this arrived not in good shape, blah, blah, blah. So here's a good example of the thickness due thing right here. It's 49 cents, or the postage due rather. The reason saying this exceeds the 1/4 inch thickness and has 49 cents of postage due. So, you know, my mailman knows that I pay it. So he usually actually just leaves the package with me and writes the note there. And I have a little baggie, actually just one of these baggies, like a card bag, that I paperclip to my mailbox with whatever he says was due on the mail. So he'll leave it for me up front. Usually though, they will leave a note. And so like if I get a different mail carrier, that mail carrier may leave a note, and I, you know, will have to drive up to the post office to essentially release the package by paying the extra postage due. And when that happens, you can just let the seller know. Sometimes they'll ask for a picture, sometimes they won't, that they, you know, the post office read the package wrong, whatever, and it required postage. So they will refund you the amount of extra postage due. So it's not really anything out of your pocket. So nothing to worry about. It's annoying, especially if you don't have a good mail carrier like I do, who leaves it for me up front, and you have to, you know, trek up to the post. Usually only a few cents, but you'll see another one back there that is like $3 of postage due, which was surprising to me. That's the most I've ever had. But usually I have a lot more of them requiring postage due, to be honest. Some of the sellers don't, you know, understand the thickness requirements, or they just hope that the post office is going to deliver it anyway. You know, nice. Pretty card, pretty card. The other thing to consider, and we'll look at a couple here as examples, is that, you know, I ordered all of these as near mint. They're obviously coming from this many different sellers. I'm sure there are some cards in here, excuse me, that are not near mint. Let's see if we could just use random examples. Those actually look okay. This is, I think, just a dirty sleeve. Yeah, just a dirty sleeve. So, especially with the bulk, I would be willing to bet that there are some, you know, they're whatever, a little beat up. It is what it is. I'm sure most of the secret rares and stuff like that, actual hits of the set, are in the condition needed. So here's, let's take a look at this one. Speaking of. So yeah, I mean, it's a little off center. There's some whitening down there. But I mean, it's fair to call this near mint. If I were to get this graded, probably get an 8 with the terrible centering and the little bit of edge wear and whitening. But I mean, you know, an 8 is still near mint. So you can't expect perfection every single time. But again, if you get something super egregious, which I have done before, especially if you're ordering vintage on TCG Player, here's another great example. You'll notice something interesting about this one. So another thing to keep in mind, be careful what you're ordering, especially if you use the card optimizer. It will sometimes select things like this, where that is not the card I need, obviously. That's in Japanese. So I will have to either reorder this. This was my mistake, though. You'll see here on the invoice that the Ambipom was in Japanese. So when my card optimizer reran, it did it and selected a Japanese one. This is a 5-cent card.
This is an inspired Go salad, and it makes healthy eating super easy. As you see, it's packaged in a unique way with one gold.
This is a nickel card that I probably paid like $1 or more in postage that this seller had to send me for a card that cost a nickel, and it's the wrong one. And for 5 cents, he had to supply a bag with, you know, a sleeve, and I guess he didn't have to put a semi-rigid like this, but he did. So yeah, they have costs to ship as well. Here, let's take a look at these to see if any of these are in, you know, less than near mint condition. Again, it's just bulk. So yeah, you can see these have been handled. There's some marks on the back. It's kind of hard to pick up in the camera. You know, lots of whitening there. But again, it's just bulk. I'm not gonna flip out over something that is just a couple pennies. Again, I have a local card shop that keeps all their bulk, organizes all their bulk into these sets. So I typically buy my stuff there, but I did want to demonstrate. And sometimes you'll get bubble mailers, especially for larger packages. And this does look to be like a larger set of bulk. See, they just used saran wrap or something like that for this, so not typical TCG card packing material. But it works, it protects. Looks like some nice reverse hollows. And here's that last package that was $3.13 of postage due. You know, just sent regular first class, $1.87 is what they paid for the postage, and it required an additional $3.13 because they just stuffed a big bubble wrap stack of cards like that, and I guess sent it regular mail, or maybe the post office made a mistake, I don't know. But either way, all I had to do was contact contact the seller and say, hey, this came with $3.13 postage due. They said no problem, refunded me the money, and we were on our way. So that is everything we got. Like I said, 27 packages are what should have come to me, and I only received 25. So it's over a month, well over the estimated time, and those two were fully refunded to me. So I know that there is some stuff missing in here for our master set, but I'm going to build the binder, and anything I'm missing, I will check my local card shop for. If you don't have access to a local card shop, hence the purpose of this video, you can just place the order again on TCG Player, or a lot of the times if the seller has extras of the card, they'll say, oh, you didn't get them? Okay, I'll send them back out again, and they'll send you more copies. So, you know, TCG Player is a great marketplace for reordering like that, and it does take time. So if time is a factor, then, you know, hopefully you do have a local card shop. If you don't, then you can always try eBay or other solutions like that. I think TCG Player is pretty good for it, though. So let's get these all prepped, sleeved up, and see how much we're missing, and talk about how best to balance buying singles or collecting master sets in this way. Here's the completed binder. We're in just the regular blue Vault-X 12-spot binder. As I was putting the cards together, there were definitely some missing. Like I said, I had to refund a few packages, and I checked out my local card shop to pick up all the cards I was missing. And one of the cards, one of the secret rares, was actually damaged when I received it from TCG Player. So I was able to pick that up in near mint from my local card shop. Just a cheap card. But, you know, that just goes to show you what you can expect sometimes from the cards you get on TCG Player as far as condition. And, you know, no problems. That was refunded, taken care of. But let's take a look at the binder.
Go from homemade recipe to household name. Do it yourself on Wix.
Harvey's believes if it ain't broke, don't fix it, which is why our flame-grilled quarter-pound Angus burger is made with beef sourced from Canadian farms. Nothing broke about that, but you can still fix it however you want. Harvey's.
We're not going to go through this in a deep dive like our master set reviews, like we typically do. This is just to demonstrate how to use TCG Player, but we do have, you know, the regular card and the reverse holo that we ordered on the website. And then we'll have all of the, you know, extra cards that come with it, the break cards for this particular set. And these X and Y sets were much smaller. Got our EX cards over here. These EX or XY era sets were much smaller as far as secret rares. So if you've watched my recent videos, you'll, you know, be surprised at how few secret rares are here in the back. But this is the end of the set proper. I used some ETB sleeves for a spacer. And then we've got our single page of secret rares back here. I got a couple of the extra cards from my local card shop, you know, some championship cards, some league cards, some cracked ice, foil variants, stuff like that. Just whatever extra I saw as I flipped through their bulk binder. But yeah, let's take a look at all of the secret rares in the set, because there is only one page of them. Looking good. I really like this era of cards. This is when I got back into Pokemon from, you know, leaving it as in my childhood or whatever. So I've got a soft spot for X and Y for sure. And again, there's the Sycamore there that I got in the bad condition. And then the two golds. Nice cards. Love them. And I think I might even have, yeah, I've got both of them here. So I kept the damaged one in the back and just put the one from my local card shop in front of it. So I can remember that that was the problem I had with it. So is TCG Player a good option for ordering sets? Absolutely. If you don't have a local card shop and you're in the US, using TCG Player I think is a great option. This set was a little bit more expensive for me to buy on TCG Player than it would have been for me to just get everything in my card shop, and I could have gotten everything at my card shop. These older sets, they've got a full bulk box. Could have easily pulled everything I needed from my shop. Most people don't have that luxury. I understand that. But just by virtue of having to pay for shipping, obviously I overpaid a little bit or whatever for the master set. But you don't have to use TCG Player to order a full master set. It's fun to rip packs and hunt cards too, but sometimes you just want to complete a small set. This was the cheapest set I could do this experiment with. So I hope that was useful to you guys. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Like I said, it's a pretty easy system to use, and there are benefits, there are downsides, just like anything. But TCG Player does a pretty good job of giving you the tools to handle any issues that arise. I buy a lot on TCG Player and have no issues that they don't resolve. So I appreciate it. Thank you for watching, everybody. We did just have my daughter, so this video took a little bit longer to get out than I anticipated. We've got some Terrestrial Festival stuff coming up, and obviously some Prismatic Evolutions in the new year. So can't wait to open that with you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Looking for a smarter way to mop? Try the Swiffer Power Mop. An all-in-one cleaning tool with a 360-degree swivel head that goes places a regular mop just can't. Mop smarter with the Swiffer Power Mop.
Do you like puzzles, Mr. Wolf?
Today I'm searching some...
Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Guess what? We're back with PokeRev packs. We did it again. We got another full case of 50 so we can hunt down a diamond first edition base set pack. I'm pretty confident we'll get 10 reds, 5 silvers, and 2 golds at least, and our throwback packs. The winner of last week's giveaway is down in the description below. Check and see if you won. And be sure to stick around until the end for details on this week's giveaway. Let's just dive right in. And right off the bat, we get a silver. This is going to be a good one. Always is Battle Styles, Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith, Paradox Rift, and Stellar Crown. Much more Sword and Shield than Scarlet and Violet so far. I'm a fan of that. And let's see what our silver tier is. 50 packs. I mean, what's wrong with me? Have fun with it though. All right, let's... Yes! Legendary treasures. I was hoping for more of that. All right, green tier. Scarlet Violet base, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, and Battle Styles. And our green tier is Pokemon Go. Alright, another green. Scarlet Violet base, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, and Paldea Evolved. Love that one. Our green tier is Scarlet Violet base set. Oh, another silver. There we go. Let's see if we could get a plasma set. We got Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Temporal Forces, first pack of that, and our silver tier. Ooh, nice. Next Destinies. Don't open this a whole lot. First red. More Brilliant Stars, awesome. Stellar Crown, Silver Tempest, Scarlet Violet base, Battle Styles. Red tier is Forbidden Light. Alright, green tier. Paldea Evolved, Stellar Crown, Paradox Rift, Pokemon Go, Silver Tempest, and our green tier is more Temporal Forces. Hey everybody, I've just partnered with cardtrader.com, an online marketplace for all kinds of TCGs, especially Pokemon from all over the world. Use my affiliate link down below and check out their offerings, and you can even use their Card Trader Zero feature. No shipping when you order. They ship straight to their hub, and you only pay shipping when you're ready to have your card shipped to you. And better yet, with Card Trader Zero, they take care of all the shipping issues, all the issues with sellers. They take care of all of it for you. Awesome site. Go check it out for yourself. Go use my link down below and grab yourself some cards for your collection. So far, oh, red again. Yes. Nice. All right, now we got 2 reds and 2 silvers. Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Battle Styles, and our red. All right, come on. Oh, Burning Shadows. Nice. Oh, more red. Scarlet Violet, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Battle Styles. The 5 packs in every bag are pretty much similar. More Forbidden Light. All right. Green. And oh, here's our throwback. Crimson Invasion, Sun and Moon base set, Burning Shadows, Roaring Skies, nice, and Steam Siege. We got our 1 in 50 throwback packs of that, and Pokemon Go. All right, scored that pretty quickly. That's awesome. Got another green. Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, nice, more of that, and Battle Styles. Our green. Let's do something different than Pokemon Go this time. Don't mind it, but let's switch it up. Oh, okay. We'll switch it up with Evolving Skies. Dude. Okay, that's a score. Alright, green. Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith, nice, more of that. Stellar Crown, Paradox Rift, Battle Styles. And our green, more Evolving Skies, more Evolving Skies. Okay, Obsidian Flames, first pack of that. I like that set. So far, 3 reds, 2 silvers, green, Paradox Rift, Stellar Crown, Crown Zenith, Battle Styles, Silver Tempest, and our green is Stellar Crown. Oh, more red. Paradox, Silver, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Battle Styles, and our red. Primal Clash, nice. More XY. All right, 4 reds and 2 silvers. Green, Paradox Rift, Crown Zenith, Stellar Crown, Paldea Evolved, Silver Tempest. More Obsidian Flames, I'll take it. Green, Crown Zenith, Stellar Crown, Temporal Forces, Silver Tempest, Scarlet Violet base. And our green is Silver Tempest. Nice. More red. Red number 5. Battle Styles, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Scarlet Violet, Crown Zenith. Yes, more Roaring Skies. Love that set. Green. Scarlet Violet base, Battle Styles, Stellar Crown, Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars, Charizard artwork. Love it. Astral Radiance. Alright, first pack of that. Red number 6. Nice, let's get some more XY. Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Battle Styles. Come on XY, come on XY. Ooh, nope, more Burning Shadows though. Awesome, awesome. Green. Scarlet Violet, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Crown Zenith, Temporal Forces. Twilight Masquerade. Okay, first pack of that. 6 reds and 2 silvers so far. Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, Paldea Evolved, and our green, and more Pokemon Go. Red number 7. Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, Scarlet Violet, Silver Tempest, Temporal Forces. Come on, we've been doing pretty good with X and Y sets. Let's get some more. More Burning Shadows, no problem. Charizard hunting. Green. Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Paldea Evolved. And our green is Stellar Crown. Green. Scarlet Violet, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Temporal Forces. Green tier is more Pokemon Go, alright. Red number 7. Red number 8, actually. Let's see what we got. Oh, whoops, I'm sorry. We gotta go through these packs first. Stellar Crown, Scarlet Violet base, Silver Tempest, Temporal Forces, Crown Zenith. There we go. And our 8th red tier. XY Steam Siege. Alright, XY set. I'll take it. Green. Crown Zenith, Stellar Crown, Temporal Forces, Scarlet Violet, Silver Tempest. And our green tier is Twilight Masquerade. Alright. Alright. Oh, our first gold. Very nice. Please, Wizards of the Coast. Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, Temporal Forces. Come on, Wizards. Come on, Wizards of the Coast. Alright. Oh, I'm so excited about this. Come on. Yes! Team freaking Rocket. Team Rocket Unlimited. Amazing. I'm excited to rip into this. My childhood right here. Dark Charizard. Come on. We should have 2 more reds, 3 more silvers, and 1 more gold. Hopefully. Hopefully. Green. Silver Tempest, Battle Styles, Crown Zenith, Paradox Rift, Stellar Crown, and our green is Brilliant Stars. Nice. Green. Scarlet Violet, Stellar Crown, Silver Tempest, Battle Styles, Pokemon Go, and our green tier is... Come on, I haven't seen Evolving Skies in a while. Paldea Evolved, no problem. Green. Brilliant Stars, Battle Styles, Silver Tempest, Scarlet Violet base, Stellar Crown, and green tier is Stellar Crown. Alright, we got a green. Paradox Rift, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Battle Styles, Silver Tempest, and green tier is Prismatic Evolutions. There you go. Thank you. I was wondering if we'd get any of that. Nice. Red number 9. Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith, Paradox Rift, Battle Styles, Stellar Crown. Come on, XY set. Or Cosmic Eclipse. Team up, something like that. Or Burning Shadows. I'm still fine with that. 1 more red, 3 more silvers, and 1 more gold. That's what I'm banking on. Green. We'll see. I mean, full case, so I'm pretty confident. Paradox Rift, Brilliant Stars, Stellar Crown, Battle Styles, Silver Tempest, Brilliant Stars. Green. Yeah, I'm definitely not banking on a diamond, but that's okay. Stellar Crown, Paldea Evolved, Scarlet Violet base, Silver Tempest, Crown Zenith. Nice line up there. And green. Come on, surprise me. Okay, no worries. Paldea Evolved. Next silver tier, number 3. Pokemon Go, Silver Tempest, Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, Stellar Crown, more legendary treasures, or a plasma set. Come on. Ooh, Emerging Powers. Don't open that one a whole lot. Green. Scarlet Violet base, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, Paldea Evolved. Green tier is Scarlet Violet base. Green. Scarlet Violet, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, Battle Styles.
Critics agree. 1923 is a hit.
This fight ain't over. 1923. All episodes now streaming exclusively on Paramount Plus.
Celebrate the moments with Ferrero Rocher. Smooth milk chocolate, crunchy hazelnut, lovingly layered and wrapped in gold. Ferrero Rocher.
And Paradox Rift. Alright, this should be our final red, number 10. Scarlet Violet, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Temporal Forces, and... Oh, and it's Breakpoint too. Nice final red to get. Still holding out for 2 more silvers and a gold. And got a green. Brilliant Stars, Paradox Rift, Battle Styles, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown. And our green tier is more Obsidian Flames. Alright, green. At this point, I'm not holding out for a rainbow tier or a diamond tier, that's for sure. But that is alright. Paldea Evolved, Paradox Rift, Brilliant Stars, Stellar Crown, Silver Tempest, and green tier is Twilight Masquerade. Here's our second and probably final gold. Scarlet Violet base, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, Paldea Evolved. Please give me one more Wizards of the Coast. Come on. First edition would be super awesome, but we'll see. Ooh, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Unleashed. Nice. 2 great sets to open from gold tier. Still holding out for 2 more silvers. Green, Silver Tempest, Paradox Rift, Stellar Crown, Paldea Evolved, Pokemon Go, and Paradox Rift. Getting close to pack time. Green, Stellar Crown, Scarlet Violet, Silver Tempest, Temporal Forces, Brilliant Stars, and green tier is... Come on, give me just 1 extra pack of Evolving Skies. Temporal Forces. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? We did get the rainbow tier, dude. Look at this. We freaking got the rainbow. An extra of each tier. I'll take that. Astral Radiance and Pokemon Go. Let's start with green tier. Come on, let's make it count. 151 would be awesome. Okay, Twilight Masquerade. Alright, red tier. Roaring Skies. Come on. Nice. Let's see what our silver is. Legendary treasures or plasma. Come on. Black and white base. Okay. And our gold tier. Show me some wizards. Oh, come on. Come on. Dude! Freaking Jungle Unlimited. Team Rocket and Jungle. This is nuts. Amazing. Wow, we got the rainbow tier. Unbelievable. Still hoping for 2 more silvers and by some miracle we get the diamond. But I don't think so. Green tier. Battle Style, Silver Tempest, Scarlet Violet base, Stellar Crown, Pokemon Go, and green tier. 151. Yes! Gonna be another great opening, people. I have some stacks of sets that are about to fall over. Silver number 4. Crown Zenith, Silver Tempest, Scarlet Violet base, Battle Styles, Stellar Crown. Come on. We haven't doubled up on any black and white sets, so we got a variety of stuff. Next Destinies. Alright, first one doubled up, but they're all great, so let's do it. We're nearing the end. Green. Paradox, Silver, Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, Battle Styles, and green tier is Stellar Crown. Green, Scarlet Violet base, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Crown Zenith, Battle Styles, and green tier is Mom Prismatic 151, Evolving Skies. Oh, Surging Sparks. Okay, first one of that. All right. Okay, our final silver. Number 5. Crown Zenith, Battle Styles, Scarlet Violet base, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, and Black and white base set. We got 2 left. I would be surprised if we got a diamond tier. Green. Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Crown Zenith, Temporal Forces, and our green. Let's get one of the heavy hitters. Scarlet and Violet base set. Final Pokerev pack with a green. Yep, no diamond tier today. That's alright. Paradox Rift, Silver Tempest, Stellar Crown, Brilliant Stars, Paldea Evolved. Our final green Scarlet Violet base set. Alright, no problem. Let's just get into this. First, we're starting off with all of this Scarlet Violet base. And as always, you get all the code cards. Meowscarada. And we start off with an illustration rare hit with the Wiglet. I have never pulled that one. Oh my gosh, double banger right out of the gate with a Magnezone EX full art. What a way to start. Oh, an upside down card.
That's me, the queen. I'm gonna rule the scene. You know I gotta be myself, keep my crown on display. Yeah, I'm dancing to my own beat. I'm gonna rule my way.
Dondozo, Rotom, and Palmot. Energy Switch, Loette, and Slowbro. Love that holo. Tarantula, Meowscarada, and Koraidon. Dedenne. Dude, we got an SIR. Great Tusk EX. Second time on the channel with what? Enemy Rhydon EX double rare. A double banger with an SIR in it. If we pull the Merriam again too, that would be nuts. Rock Chestplate, Starly, and Cyclizar. Capsakid, Wiglet, and Revavroom. Silicobra, Toadscruel, and Arboliva. Magikarp, Smoliv, and Hawlucha. Flamigo, Klawf, and Palmot. Magikarp, Palmy, and Quaquaval. Krogunk, Palpad, Houndstone. Flittle, Scatterbug, and Arboliva. Floatzel. There we go. Rare candy, hyper rare. Nice. We're killing it. Koraidon. Amazing. Hyper rare, an SIR, full art. Spupa. Energy Search. Miraidon. Clawitzer. Ponyard. Oinkalone EX double rare. Alright, another hit. We're on a roll. Growlithe. Espathra. Professor's Research. Tarantula. Palpad. Miraidon EX double rare. Alright, doubled up on that one, but nice EX. Energy Switch, Magnemite, Houndstone. Potion, Charcadet, and Klawf. Meditite, Crushing Hammer, Skeledirge, nice. Lechonk, Skidoo, Gardevoir EX Double Rare. Nice. One of the better ones in my opinion. Energy Retrieval, Beach Court, and Meowscarada. Magneton, Staraptor, Gyarados EX Double Rare. There we go. Gyarados and Arcanine in the set are the best. Spupa, Shuppet, and Houndstone. Varoom, Mischief, Revavroom. Houndour, Squavit, Klefki. Last pack of Scarlet Violet base. We started off hot. We're gonna have yet another massive hit pile to look through at the end. Weasel. Yes! Dude, last pack magic. I love this one. The Riolu illustration rare. Haven't pulled it in forever. And Professor's Research. What a great way to end the first set. Alright, next up, another huge stack. Paradox Rift. Come on, I'm gunning for that Roaring Moon. We can do it. We have plenty of packs to pull it. Gimme Ghoul. Knackley. Brute Bonnet. Horsey. Dude, Garchomp EX Hyper Rare. Great first hit. I'll tell you that. We've pulled it a few times before, but I don't care. Love it. Chien-Pao. Wow. Okay. Is this going to be another full art, SIR, illustration rares all over the place kind of deal? Nimble. Logix. Chiyu. I'd love to pull that Steelix again. Love that artwork. Haven't pulled it in a hot minute.
So when I went to sleep, my jewels were here, and when I woke up, gone. A night's morning, and I have an espresso coffee. Unforgettable. My jewels.
I must confiscate the evidence.
Don't forget to recycle.
Nespresso. What else?
Toxel, Wacoco, Iron Jugulus. Flittle, Knackley, Kingdra. Zekrom, nice. Lipard, Milotic. Knacklestack, Garbodor, Lokix. Gorgeist, Galvantula, Wo-Chien. Come on, give me an SIR out of here. Minior, Mantike, Espathra. Snorunt, Toadschool, Thievul. Pansear, Garbodor, Zaptu. Drastically slowing down. We got one hit with that hyper rare. Pretty nice hit to get. I know we got more waiting in here. Onyx, Wiglet, Sandy Shocks EX Double Rare. There we go. Another hit. Alright, let's pick it back up. Cluzel, Tatsujiri, and Deoxys. Snorunt, Wugtrio, Groudon. Come on, give me at least one illustration rare. Professor Sada's Vitality, Snorlax Doll, and Kingdra. Pansear, Galvantula, Chien-Pao. We're getting a little smoked with Paradox Rift. Poor Beetle. There we go. Another hyper rare. Dude, we're scoring hyper rares like crazy in this set. Beach Court and a Spathra. You know I love this one. I'm a beach guy, so I guess we're gonna score all the hyper rares today. I'm fine with that. Yveltal, Tatsujiri, Deoxys. Gliscor, Flittle, Deoxys. Spinda, Magby, and Kingdra. Seadra, Mantike, Bombardier EX double rare. Alright, another hit. We go from hyper rare to double, hyper to double. Milotic, illustration rare Espathra. We got one. I'm fine. And Latios. Wiglet, Wimpod, and Thiebel. Ferroseed, Technical Machine Blindside, Milotic. Knackley, Toad School, Brute Bonnet. Last pack of Paradox Rift. Let's see if we can get crazy last pack magic like we did with base set. Nickit. Again, dude. Illustration rare Mantike. A new pool. Haven't even seen this artwork before. Love it. And Lokix. 2 sets right out of the gate. Last pack magic. Both are illustration rares. Next up, just 4 packs of Twilight Masquerade. Would love to pull that Greninja. Illumise. Slugma. Zapdos. Nice. I love that holo. Brute Bonnet, Flabébé, and Enamorous. Ducklet, Snorunt, and Zapdos. Last pack of Twilight Masquerade. Let's hit last pack magic, even if it's just a double rare. I have a feeling we will. Sunkern, Okie Dokie. We still do. Blissey EX double rare. Come on. Last pack magic every set so far. Next up is Stellar Crown. Look at all this. Jeez. Here we go. Marathon Stellar Crown opening. If we do not get an SIR, man, that will just suck. Eevee, Tortuga, Ledion. Ah, my Mewtwo, yes. Morotom, Impidimp, Greninja EX double rare. First hit out of Stellar Crown. Very nice. Mewtwo again. Greavard, Morgrem, Arcaludon. Rhyperior, Vikavolt.